Whew. We made it, guys. We finally. Whoop. This mic hates me. The mic hates me. But anyway, guys, we have finally made it, guys. First off, this is the podcast before Christmas. So for anyone who's celebrating Christmas out there, may have a Merry Christmas. But if you're not celebrating Christmas, Happy Holidays to all. But guys, we finally made it. This is the season finale of pokeNERDS Inc. The season 5 finale. I do greatly apologize to not only Ben, but also to you, the audience, for taking this long. My PC repairs took a lot longer than I expected, so I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for bearing with me. But now, we're here, we're loud, we're proud, we are NERDS!
Perseverance and patience. That's all it takes sometimes. That's all it takes.
Alright, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Okay, let's try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the... Okay, the mic hates me, so we're not gonna keep it on. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the fellow pokeNERDS of the world, welcome to the season 5 finale of the pokeNERDS Inc. podcast. But not only that, guys, not only that, this isn't just the season 5 finale. Not counting the 2-year anniversary special, this is the 50th episode of pokeNERDS Inc. We are halfway to 100 nerds and episodes, everybody. I did not know how long I would be able to do this series, but I am so grateful to all the nerds, not only for season 5, but for season 4 and previous, who have taken 2 hours out of their days to come join me in the hot seat and let me interview them on what makes them the pokenerd that they are. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a truly legendary guest in the hot seat today, because we don't only just have a shiny hunter here in the hot seat. We have the creator, the lead developer, the Dawn, the Alpha, the Omega, the whatever term of leadership you want to classify this man as. This man created this isn't just a biased opinion from a user of said app. This is a fact. This is the man who created the single most intricate, well-organized, well-diverse, and single greatest shiny tracking app anywhere available on the Pokemon market today. But ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this man, let me introduce you. This is the one and only Ben of ShinyDex.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the kind words. Genuinely, I appreciate it. I find it very weird that people love it so much, but I'm glad you all do. So thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. Congratulations on 50 episodes as well. Sticking at something that long is always very difficult. Trust me, I know. I've had my fair share of attempts at podcasts before, so I absolutely admire your grit to keep going with it. So yeah, I'm glad and honored to be part of it. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, Ben. Hey, it works both ways. I'm honored to have you on the show, the same way that I'm also honored that you not only took so much time out of your life to create ShinyDex, but also just upgrade it the way you have over the last few years, for the community hunting challenges. ShinyDex exclusive shiny hunting challenges, rewards, perks, ambassadors. It's just there's so much more that ShinyDex has become since its inception. But I can't wait to hear all about it, my man.
No, it's going to be exciting. It's a very long story, so I won't keep you here forever when we do talk about it. But it's an exciting story, and I think hopefully it's an inspiration to some people.
No
as
problem.
well.
But hey, I got all day. Hey, I got all night, brother. I actually have my window just opened because my family, my brother-in-law's unfortunately got a little bit of the pukies, so we're not doing dinner tonight. So I got all night.
Oh, this is going to be the longest podcast episode you've ever had. Then let's settle in. Everybody get a
Maybe.
drink. Everybody get a snack. Let's
Yeah, we
go.
actually, we actually just got to hydrate in. So just go ahead and hydrate yourself. But anyway, with all the nice formalities out of the way, let's actually get into the nitty gritty details about you, Ben. So usually at this point, I would usually ask the guests to give me the history behind your streaming, but I just want to hear the history of ShinyDex itself. What what caused you to want to create the ShinyDex website, and just give us the story of how it started, its its rise in popularity, and how much it's been used between not only myself but also various other guests on the show
Mhm.
and also the audience today. So you have the floor, Ben. Give us the story of ShinyDex.
Okay, I'll try and not keep this the 12 hours. I could probably talk about it, but ShinyDex actually was conceptualized back in 2017, so over 8 years ago now. I was actually following a RuneScape streamer, and it's got context. Let me get there. I was following a RuneScape streamer. I used to stream RuneScape myself. And we were having a conversation. I think Sun and Moon had just popped out, and he wanted to start playing those games on stream, and he wanted to do shiny hunting because he was super excited about it. And I was a web developer, a budding young web developer at the time. I was working as a graphic designer. I had no like commercial web development experience. It was all self-taught. And he approached me, or I approached him and said, "Hey, instead of using a Google Docs, let me make something for you specific to you to be able to go through that." Now, I'm shout out to Brobson Streams. If he's out there, he was definitely the big starting point and the leap off point here for ShinyDex. We worked together to create his personal website with a way to track Pokemon, which many of you might have sort of known as a similar format to ShinyDex 1.0. And eventually it became a thing that we made the tool for the community. Originally, it was only available to his subscribers. And then I said, okay, I'm going to branch off and make this tool available to the public. I worked with another person called Lanth. He helped me with a lot of the database architecture and things like that. And we worked together to be able to create ShinyDex 1.0, which you guys might have known. Honestly, compared to 2.0 that launched earlier this year, it's a bit of a car crash. So we kind of just go for those 7 years. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit lazy with updates. I kind of made all the features, and then I had done a couple little things a couple months afterwards. And then every now and then I'd have done a big update in terms of, like, adding new Pokemon as games got released or new sprites and things like that. All the way up until I moved into October of last year. Now, October last year, I got the motivation and the perseverance to be able to go, okay, so you have this project, you've done nothing with it properly. You are much better positioned as a web developer now, and you have taken the time and you have the skills, and you work as one now. So do right by the community and develop something great. So from October through to February, I worked tirelessly. I put in a chaotically large amount of hours. I have it all tracked somewhere, but my word, I don't like looking at the number. I know since October last year, we're 2,000 plus hours of development from myself into the website, which is just a small amount. And then yeah, we launched again in. I launched a big push in February. I have to say, all of the ambassadors that work on the project with me, like, give me ideas and be able to be pillars for the community and connection points, are huge in terms of like growth and popularity. But I was sick of having a tool out there, ShinyDex 1.0, that didn't do everything I wanted it to do. So I actually started streaming Pokemon myself December last year. We had just passed my 1 year anniversary of streaming Pokemon. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to know the intricacies. Thank you. I wanted to know the intricacies of why people stream it, what they want to do whilst they stream it, what they want to track, what they want to show, like how this all works, basically. and get to a position where I could be happy with the product I produce and use a product that I produced. But yeah, I think the biggest sort of rise in popularity is just due to how vast it is. Now, without trying to sound self-serving, it's very complicated. It's very big. It does a lot of things. There's a lot of things it will be doing in like the next 12 to 24 months as well. And it's just going to be continuously growing and developing and that sort of stuff. You know, we'll put more events out. We'll do more collaboration stuff. We'll add more features to the website, to the apps, to all that sort of stuff to make it truly the ultimate place to track your shiny Pokemon. And yeah, I mean, since we had a look at some stats since February this year when we launched the new version, we have had just under 500,000 new Pokemon tracked on the website. We have over doubled the originally tracked total over the past 7 years before that, which is just absolutely crazy. So here's to 1 million by Q1 ending in 2026.
Let's do it, Shiny Hunters! But also, we have a question from the chat for you specifically. I think someone's trying to carbon date you. How old were you when you created ShinyDex?
So I'm 30 now. I don't like everybody knows that I'm 30. I'm old. Don't I get it? I mean, so I mean, the rough math of 30 minus 8 puts me around 22. Yeah, I was 22 years old when I kicked off. I was 14 when I started web development though. So I taught myself how to do web development at school. Yeah, 8 years later, I got into a position where I was able to create ShinyDex, and here we are.
All right. Well, also, thank you, Mr., Mrs., I don't know your pronoun. Show the leader. Thank you so much for the raid, and welcome to the podcast, everybody. I am Spencer, aka Darkmaster Spence, and I have Ben, aka ShinyDex, in the hot seat. So, if you're fans of ShinyDex, stay tuned because you're about to hear all in all from Mr. Ben. All right. But anyway,
yeah. So I was 22 years young. There you go.
Yeah, so actually, like, I mean, I was actually one of the OG. I wasn't one of the OG, but based on my captions or based on my records of ShinyDex, I was one of the OG members. But the problem is that I was just such a laid-back shiny hunter. I didn't track anything. I got it because somebody else recommended I get it, so I just started tracking a few shinies. But then it's not that I didn't want to use the app. It's just I was just so laid back as a shiny hunter. I didn't feel like tracking anything. I just felt like tracking my shinies would be like good enough for, you know, just my clips or my moments on Twitch. And I'm like, there, good. There's my history. But ever since like 2.0 launched, like I was like, what the hell have I been missing all this time? Because like it's such a well diverse shiny tracking app. I mean, I don't sugarcoat things, and I'm saying that it is the best that's out there. I guarantee you guys, if you're not on ShinyDex.com, go to it. And also Meg, about him being 30, I'm pushing it. Next 11 months I'll be 30. So do you think I'm disgusting now?
Hey, a lot of these people are just spring chickens compared to us. It's us that lead the way. We carve the path so that you guys can succeed. That's what happens.
We are the pioneers of the Pokemon world.
Exactly.
But hey, I mean, you kind of dove into it a little bit. So what, like, aside from experiencing, like, who would you say would be your main inspiration as to finally deciding, hey, I'm going to start streaming Pokemon stuff to see why people enjoy it so much? Who would you say is responsible?
If you just want a single name answer, the name answer is Sammy Snow TV. Many of you might know who Sammy is.
Yeah, I know who Sammy is.
He's a wonderful friend of mine. If I can elaborate on it a little bit, it'd be great to give a little bit of context to that.
Go ahead.
So essentially, when ShinyDex 1.0 came out, Sammy found the website. And he he was genuinely very quick to adopt it. He was very, very happy with how the website worked. And me and him had some personal back and forths. You know, it was a case of, you know, here's the website. He's like, oh, have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? And a lot of the time I was like, yes. However, I don't feel confident in being able to produce that yet. And and essentially I'd taken a bit of sob story time I was in a bit of a negative mental health space from a relationship at one point that meant that I essentially abandoned the project to a point where I just kind of ticked over. And then I came out of that rut and I started joining back in on Twitch in the communities and things like that. And the first place I went back to was Sammy's. And it was actually made aware to me that me and Sammy have been friends and been talking for like 6 and a bit years now, which is a crazy amount of time. I didn't expect it. But we just started talking and I showed him some new designs and he was like, "Oh, that's actually really cool and exciting." And his hype, his excitement for it got me excited for wanting to do the website. And then when it came to the streaming side of stuff, I enjoyed how he interacted with his community, what he did, and I talked to him about it and we sat down and had a conversation. I was like, "Do you think I should stream? Do you think that it would be beneficial for me as like market research and community growth and all that sort of stuff to be able to show people that the person behind the project is a person and a human and will say ludicrously horrific things on his stream, whilst also being able to develop a website tool that everybody can use?" And he was very, very much a driving force in pushing me to be like, "Do it. Just do it. If it fails, it fails. If it succeeds, it succeeds." Like at the worst case scenario, you've wasted 10 hours of prepping overlays, getting streams done, and doing a couple of streams. That's the worst case scenario. And I was like, "Do you know what, dude? I'll take that." So thanks to him, he's the reason that he kind of pushed me to get started and inspired me. So yeah.
Thank you, Sammy. Thank you.
He's a goat.
Yeah, he's a goat. Yeah, he's one of the goats. He's definitely a goat in the Pokemon community. He's not. I'm a little bit biased because I'm a huge supporter of Shine Patrol, and like cause similar to you, like during last year, like I took a 6-month hiatus from doing streaming because my mental health got severely degraded because I lost both of my dear beloved dear cats in the span of 3 months. So I'm like, it destroyed me, man. I was destroyed. I couldn't be a Twitch streamer or a Twitch viewer. I couldn't be anything like that. And like once I got my head back on straight and I started watching streams again, it was Shine that kind of pulled me out of retirement because he was doing his full out showdown event, and I'm like, ah, crap. Here we go. I'll do it. I'll come back. I'll come back for the showdown. And I'm glad I did because freaking day one I got a freaking DC digital a DC crystal shiny Celebi.
On day one? That's crazy.
Yep, on day one. And wow. I actually was able to claim 2 of them in the span of 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
So lucky. Oh my word.
Yeah. Like the day after, actually it was like 2 days because like first day no bounty, second day mythical bounty. Are you freaking kidding me? So I got a second shiny Celebi for the mythical bounty, and I'm like, yes.
Perfect.
Okay, we got a question from Meg. When are we getting a ShinyDex app on the iPhone?
Okay, so the short answer is not for a long time. The reasoning is because ShinyDex operates over 6 now. It operates over 6 different servers and 6 different services. So we've got a bunch of servers, like we've got the main server for the website, we've got the API server, the WebSocket server, image server, and another server, and another server, and there's just a lot of stuff there to be able to spread the workload, which means I have to maintain the code base for all those 6 things on my own already. Adding another code base for a digital application on like the Android store or the iPhone store is I don't know how to do the app. Well, I do know how to code apps, but I don't know at the proficiency that I'm comfortable to do it yet. Also, there are annual fees involved with those sort of things and all this sort of stuff. So it becomes not only a fiscal endeavor, which we'll get to, but also it becomes a skill-based endeavor, which again we'll get to at some point. It's just I need to stop pushing out so many features on the main website. So there is no set date, but at some point in the future, that might be a thing. For now, though, if you go to the tools page, shinydex.com/tools, on your mobile device, there is a banner that lets you add it to your homepage, and it basically functions exactly the same way as an application would. Sorry, there you
go. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, you're good. That means I have free reign of the chat. Hi, chat. Hi, YouTube comments. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, you can't see it too. You can't see it too well, but I have the app on my. You can't see it, but it's right there. Hold on, let me click it. Yep, there we go. I got it on my phone.
Notifications just in case I get anything lewd. I also have mine on my phone, just here. And I click it ish, maybe. There you go. And we load up into ShinyDex.
Yeah, I got mine.
Snap. It works the same way as an application, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly functional.
Yep, works good.
There's always some little bugs and things like that associated with it, but when you have a project that's literally taken 2,000 plus hours to make, when you've had something that you are working on your own to try and produce, which is a self-inflicted choice, by the way, chat. It's not like I haven't had offers of help. I'm just a massive control freak. I don't want anybody subjected to that workload. It's you have to pick and choose your battles with certain things.
Yep. Like we talked about before we went live here. If it weren't shiny hunters, we wouldn't be shiny hunters if we weren't masochists.
Exactly. We do the same thing on repeat until we find something slightly different colored. That's exactly what we do.
Yes, sirree. Okay. Well, with your introduction out of the way, let me introduce myself. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Spence, aka Dark Master Spence. I am a stationed variety Pokemon streamer because I stream pretty much anything Pokemon related, from shiny hunting to Nuzlocks to playthroughs, the Soul Links to shiny hunting, world record attempts. Like, I will do anything and play Pokemon, including the fan games. I love fan games. Like, if there's a good fan game out there and I haven't played it yet, recommend it to me because I'll play it. But what started my little journey as a creator pretty much started back, in my teen years when I was still watching M&J TV. Watching M&J TV do a first Nuzlocke ever in his platinum version, and watching all of his pretty much every video of his since then. So it's like, holy crap, I love seeing people doing this kind of stuff, because I also see people doing like these randomizers and pairing soul links and whatnot, and I'm like, man, I really want to do stuff like this. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get into it. So I actually emailed M&J TV to see if he would give me some advice on how to get started as a creator. Little did I think he would respond. To my shock, he actually did. This was back in 2019, and he gave me some tips on how to get started. So I didn't actually start doing streaming until 2020, the year of COVID. Yeah. I dumped my stimulus check into my first startup PC, and oh my god, if you saw my first startup setup, you would be like, what the hell did this guy stream?
I think we're all like that.
Yeah. So I started streaming in June 17th, 2020, when the Isle of Armor DLC released, and for the first 6 months, I still didn't know what the hell I was doing, because I didn't really understand how Twitch worked, and I didn't understand how to integrate on social media, and I didn't know I could like post my own clips on TikTok without posting the link to the said YouTube video, the said Twitch clip. So freaking, I could have gotten some attention on Twitter if I actually posted clips, and there's like, but anyway, it wasn't until about December of that year, and it wasn't when my very good friend Power Punch Plays raided me for the first time, which was my first raid ever. So I finally understood what Twitch was more like. So about a month later, I got affiliated, and it's snowballed ever since. I just I did my first randomizer ever at the beginning of January 2021. I've done dozens of randomizers since then, and this year alone, I finally got my first Soul Link out of the way. I did my favorite game ever. I've done various Pokemon community shiny hunting events. I'm doing one. We're both doing one as we speak with Naughty or Nice. Yeah, I'd be a naughty boy.
Oh. Well, maybe I'm a nice boy. I didn't actually sign up as a streamer for that. I thought, you know what, we're just gonna help the community and we'll help whichever team's behind. That was the logic behind that.
Hey Cypher, I'll answer both those questions later on because they're topics we'll discuss. But yeah. But yeah, I finally not just that, just making all the friends that I've been able to make over the last 5 years. It's just like it's just really crazy because I didn't think I would be into you know I didn't think people would pay much attention to me back in the day. But then all of a sudden, like all these people like become my friends. I've met some of them IRL. I've hung out with them in real life, talk with them, and just be friends. And it's just like. Streaming and Pokemon have changed my life for the better, and I just cannot thank both enough. So that's just the gist of who I am.
I completely appreciate and respect that. Like my first Pokemon experience was when I was super young. It was on Pokemon Emerald. And I just kind of like played through the games and stuff. But like when I found the Twitch community for Pokemon, I was excited for it, and then I started making the app, and people were excited for that too. And then when I did it all again in February, I started. And before that, I guess I started doing TCG. So I play a lot of the card game. So I was attending events and things like that. And now that I'm streaming, people people want to meet me at events and hang out and have a beer or drink responsibly, or have food, or journey together. Like one of my best friends in the world, Sated Sarze, is somebody I met through streaming Pokemon. And honestly, he's genuinely like the brother that I never had. And it's thanks to the Pokemon community that is able to happen. Like I would absolutely lay my life down for that man in an instant. So you should definitely look at getting him on at some point too, because he's a good laugh. You'd have fun with him.
I'll definitely take a look. I'll definitely take a look at him. But heck, there's people that I would definitely take the bullet for, like Power Punch Plays, Vera, Dragon Tamer Tom, just various other people I would like. If I would take the bullet for any day of the week. I love those guys.
Yeah, no, you create these bonds, these connections that are lifelong. And honestly, it's people experience that through doing other things. Maybe they play soccer or football together. Maybe they enjoy crocheting or whatever it is. Like insert hobby here. It's just our small niche of the world, our little obsession can turn into the most wonderful relationships, friendships, and that sort of stuff. So
exactly. All right. So when you decided to stream, why did you decide to go with the name ShinyDex over anything else? Like I know ShinyDex is pretty much self-explanatory as why the name is the name, but why did you decide that when you were branding yourself as a streamer, why did you decide to brand it fully with ShinyDex?
So this was actually a really long conversation I had with Sammy. It was whether we have ShinyDex or whether I go under the moniker of my actual. So I have another name, the One Ben Bailey. I have another channel out there. If you've seen that out there, that's me. That is my actual name. I've just doxed myself. It doesn't really matter. Everybody knows it anyway. And the toss up was between, do I go with ShinyDex or do I go with the One Ben Bailey? And the reasoning for that conversation is do I want to be associated with the brand ShinyDex or do I want to be associated with myself? And we had a big old conversation about it and a really, really long chat. And we sort of came to the decision between us. I guess I came to the decision myself with Sammy's like backup. In the sense that ShinyDex and me are synonymous. Like, sure, this is a project. Sure, this is a brand and a tool that people use. But I am the person behind this tool. And I want you guys to know that. It harks back to my earlier comment about wanting people to realize that I'm a human that works on this project. And we tied the branding of the website and the branding of the stream literally one for one so that they are synonymous with each other, so that people know where I'm from, people know where this is from, and it basically just became that linkage point between the two. And honestly, I was really nervous when I started, because I didn't know if I could swear or if I could do anything associated with my brand. And then I just stopped caring. And I know that sounds really weird to say, but I just started being myself. And that is what people want to see, and they want to know that, yeah, I'm the human behind this thing, and we have a good laugh and we have some fun. So yeah, the branding, the name ShinyDex came from the fact that I guess the original name for the website came from the fact that the domain name was available, and that was what people were going for at the time. Everybody was trying to hark on the new shiny. They want to get a ShinyDex, and I was like, oh sweet, let's make that name. So I bought that domain name, and I guess it's just stuck. And honestly, I'd not look back. I am happy to be Shiny_Dex at the moment. Twitch, pull your finger out and get rid of my underscore, please. You're ruining my brand here, guys. No, but yeah, I guess it's just kind of stuck with it. So yeah, that's essentially the origin story.
Yeah, I mean, I myself have gone over. What?
I was just gonna say, I don't actually know where your name came from. Could you enlighten me?
My current name or my old name?
Hit me with a short version for the old name and then your current name.
All right, my old name, the Poké Network, came from simply, Poké as in Pokemon Network. I went for business in college. Business classes have a lot of networking. Poké Network. So I'm the short version. But
fair enough.
But my current name, Dark Master Spence, is pretty self-explanatory. My name is Spence. That is my real name. I don't tend to call myself anything else unless I'm the Dark King Zayo, and then people just call me Zayo. I'll talk more about that later on. But I'm Dark Master, simply this. Dark. I'll talk more about it later. But Dark is my favorite type, so dark in there. And what's the goal of any Pokemon trainer? Be a Pokemon Master, like no one ever was. So that's why I went with Master instead of Trainer, because Trainer's way overused.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I like that. That's actually, it's nice how you've got the connotations associated with each like element. It's nice.
Yep. But hey, looks like you got a shot fire question from Meg. Speaking of relationships forming, how do your ambassadors align with your goals and vision for the brand, and who is your favorite ambassador? Meg wants you to freaking like end the world right now with that answer.
Yeah. This is the point where all parents go, I love my children equally. At that point, that's the point where we answer that question like that. We go, I love my children equally, but I do have a favorite. No, every single one of my ambassadors genuinely brings something incredible to the website. In terms of what was it? How do your ambassadors align with goals and visions? A lot of the people that are on the ambassador squad, if you like, are people who have contributed to the community in certain ways. They're pillars of the community. They are people who have a certain vibe, a vibe about them in terms of the way they conduct themselves and they talk to their communities. People who aren't afraid to be able to throw me suggestions or questions or not sound stupid when they want to ask something sometimes about how to use the website or certain things like that, or how best they can do things to associate with their community and be able to bring those things together. So in terms of goals and visions, the goal and vision for ShinyDex is to create the ultimate shiny dexing tool, I guess, where everybody's going to use it, conglomerately come together, host events on the site and all that sort of stuff. And the ambassadors do a really, really good job of promoting that, of sharing that, and of sharing that ethos. In terms of favorite ambassador, genuinely, I don't have one. I know that's super easy to say, because some of you might be like, oh, you've been doing a lot of collaborations with Meg at the moment, or you talk about Jack a lot, or Sammy is like your booty call anytime you need him, or whatever. So like I think you're all my favorite in a different, very special way. That is the public relations answer, and I will be pleading the fifth on anything further.
That's pretty much what I gotta do whenever someone asks me who's been my favorite guest on the show, because I can't be biased. I'm the guest. I mean, I'm the host. I can't say, hey, this person was my favorite guest of all time. Or I mean, if somebody asks me which show is which has been my favorite show, I can tell them, hey, it was the 1 year and 2 year anniversary specials, because that's when everybody got together. Individually, everyone's show is amazing, but together with all these people in one group, I feel these shows bring something more special to the table. So if someone asks me my favorite show, it's probably it was the anniversary specials. Individually, I love every episode. So there's your answer. If somebody wanted to answer about podcast me.
I have to say, I could genuinely go through all of the list of ambassadors and give you redeeming qualities and acceptable qualities and why they would be my favorite for every single one. So yeah, in total, you're all my favorites. There we go.
Cypher, to answer your question, all my former episodes are on YouTube. I'm not on Spotify yet. I've been thinking about it. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet.
Yeah, you should get them up. Put them as I think you can do video podcasts on Spotify now, so you could just upload them straight there.
Yeah, I need to think more about that. It might happen next year, but right now I just need to get through this season, and then I can figure out what I need to do in the off season, because the off season was cut a little bit short because of my technical issues.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty details on what makes you the Poké-nerd that you are. So, Ben, point to your favorite shiny. Point to your favorite Pokemon. That's what I thought.
My favorite Pokemon?
That's what I thought.
It's this guy, or this guy, or this guy, or this guy, or this guy. it's or this guy.
I figured that Goomy was your favorite because the default image for all ShinyDex accounts, not including the ambassador one or not including the pro ones, is a Goomy. So how did Goomy steal your heart?
Honestly, he's just an adorable, lovable blob. He is just, I don't know. He looks just so happy all the time, regardless of where you find him. I feel like he is just the most squidgeable, cuddly little glob of anything. I was gonna say glob of cum, but that sounds weird. He is just the most simple glob of happiness ever. He is the product of a gooner. No, he is an absolute lovable sweetheart. And the color palette's really nice. Purple's one of my favorite color schemes. He's just cool. I just like him. And that's pretty much where he comes from. He stole my heart almost instantaneously when I saw him. So yeah.
That's pretty much me with my favorite. I'll point to my favorite. Ding.
Obstagon, right?
Yep, Obstagoon.
Obstagoon, sorry, yeah, there's a double. Oh, Goon, yeah, of course, Obstagoon. Oh, wait, maybe no, I can't say that. Maybe I can. No, never mind.
Look, let's just say, let's put it this way: before I rebranded to the Back Alley, I used to call my community the Goon Squad before I knew what it meant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a Goon Squad. I'm pretty sure my viewers are all just Gooners, really.
I don't know. All I know is that my community's crazy, but I love them.
Well, exactly the same, you know. They are crazy, but we'd not be where we are without them, right?
Exactly. I always say that. I've said this since my inception. A streamer's nothing without their community, so thank you for being our community, guys. But anyway, Obstagoon. On looks alone, jumped into my top 10 instantly. And when I finally got to use it in Sword and Shield, like, this thing is an abomination when you set it up right. You set it up with guts and a flame orb and facade. This thing will wreck house if it outspeeds anything. As long as it's not a ghost, then that way we have to rely on our throat chop.
Which is weird, because do ghosts really have throats? Or are they just ethereal beings? You can't really chop a throat of nothing, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Pokemon and their logic.
Yeah, that or knockoff, where we could just, boom, slap him in the face and knock him to the floor.
Yeah.
But how do you knock a ghost to the floor?
Yeah, well, I mean, they just ethereal like shape through it, don't they? They just phase through it.
Yeah. But anyway, the reason why it became my favorite of all time and decrowning Darkrai as my favorite of all time for nearly 10 years is because I have the same plushie in my nerd cabinet.
He's upside down at the moment. His name's Jim. He's named after the shiny Darkrai that I got recently. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, we'll talk about shiny Darkrai later. We'll definitely talk about that. All right, so the reason why I decrowned Darkrai is because when I started, streaming, I figured that I would need a Pokemon mascot because most people can think of a Pokemon, and if in the Twitch community, people can think of a Pokemon and then think of a streamer, like say, oh hey, I see Gumi, I see ShinyDex, I see Golurk, or I see Golurk, I see Power Punch plays, or I see Kringler, I see Power Punch plays, I see Gibble, I think Dragon Tamer Tom, just various, just to name a few of people in their favorites, but. And I didn't use Darkrai because Patters was using it as like a co-mascot, and I was like, nah, I don't wanna copy anybody. So I decided to go with Dobson because no one was using it. So that's pretty much how it snowballed into my favorite Pokemon of all time, to the point where its freaking entire line is tattooed on my skin. Which, by the way, this is almost this is almost $2,000 of a tattoo, like over 2,000 pounds.
Well, it looks really good.
It does,
and you should be proud of it.
I am.
Please don't ever stop liking it.
Oh, I'm never gonna stop liking it.
Very strange.
Oh, I'm never gonna stop liking it. I'm actually like, I'm not like, next year I have plans for money, which I'll talk about later. But probably in 2027, I'm gonna get Darkrai on my bicep. Make this like a half sleeve.
Oh, cool. Nice. Amazing. That's actually really cool.
Oh, looks like I got a message. Looks like
Go ahead.
Looks like there's a question for me. Can you show us your favorite thing from your nerd cabinet and say why it's your favorite? Okay. So, my favorite thing from my nerd cabinet. What would be my favorite thing? Let's see. Out of everything in this nerd cabinet, what would be my favorite thing? Probably this. Probably my shiny Mighty plush from the M&J TV merch store.
That's cool.
I'm not just a viewer of M&J TV. I told you this earlier. He's my main inspiration for becoming a content creator. So I got this plushie of his, and yeah, it took forever to get here. But other than that, it's sitting in my nerd cabinet, all cozy, and I love it. And it's actually a pretty decent hefty ball. I could toss it whenever I want to. But hey, speaking of Dragon Tamer Tom, here he comes. The CRO.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Yep, Tom, the CRO of pokeNERDS Inc. And CRO, I mean Chief Recruitment Officer.
Oh. Is he getting everybody on board?
He helps me with everybody on board.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, he helps. He helps me He helps recruit various nerds to pokeNERDS Inc. But welcome everybody to the podcast. We got Ben, aka ShinyDex, in the hot seat. We got various other nerds in the chat from previous seasons, and also from Ben's chats. So also my chat. So we're here hanging out, having a good time, learning about what makes us pokeNERDS. So you're just in time to hear Ben's favorite shiny Pokemon and why.
Favorite shiny Pokemon? Okay, a lot of people would be like, oh, it can't be Gumi. It's impossible to be Gumi because that's your favorite Pokemon. You'd be wrong. my favorite shiny Pokemon is that actually, to be fair, it came up for contention this year. Because Mudkip is really dear and close to my heart. I really like Mudkip. I like Rayquaza a lot. I think that's a really cool shiny. Magnemite is one of my favorites too. But all in all, we come straight back down to the Guna himself, the master of the Bukake. We come back to our lovely, adorable, squidgy little Gumi. I love him. The color palette shift from this is incredible. I love the orange. I love the yellow. So you know the sitting cuties that you can get from the Pokemon Center? I have 14 of the sitting cuties from Gumis. And the plan is to dye a couple of them shiny. Because I would the dream, this is how much I love Gumi. The dream is essentially the size of the TV that we've got over here, is to have this filled with Gumis and then have just a couple shinies dotted in. So I'm gonna hopefully be dyeing a couple of shinies, a couple of Gumis shiny.
Yeah. So your favorite
That's my favorite shiny.
your favorite shiny is also your favorite Pokemon. Who would have guessed?
What about yourself? Because the shiny for Obstagoon is really cool.
It is, but to be fair, I am kind of color preference for shinies. I mean, after all, I like black. So people would actually think that it's Rayquaza because I have both the standing shiny Rayquaza plushie doodad thing,
Yep.
and I also have
well,
a
yep.
3D printed shiny Rayquaza. Oh my God, kitty!
Oh, sorry, he was asking for a cuddle.
Aw,
I hope that's okay.
so cute. People would also think that it's Rayquaza because I got a freaking shiny 3D printed Pokeball of it. But no, you are all incorrect. My favorite shiny is the Goth Frog.
Oh, Greninja. That's a really cool shiny.
Yep. I love shinies that are black and red, and Greninja takes the palette for those. I also love shinies that make sense because you normally associate ninjas with the color black and also red, so that makes sense for it to be black and red. But if I didn't like Greninja so much, it would be Rayquaza because I'm a Gen 3 baby. It's my favorite legendary, so I'm biased. I love black shinies.
We were talking about Gen 3 earlier on before the start of the stream and saying about my love for Gen 3 as well, which I'm sure we'll get to talk about at some point. Are you having a sleep? Are you going to sleep? Please don't go to sleep.
Yes, they're going to sleep.
Sorry, chap.
Don't worry. If my cat was that lovable, I would probably have him on stream too. But he's good. He's only cuddly whenever I'm on the couch, so it's like, well, come on.
No, I have three cats. This one is called Kane. He is named after the Warhammer Avatar of War, from the Eldar race. If anybody knows that, Warhammer mentioned. I used to work for Games Workshop, so it was very, very integrated into my life for a very long time. And I've got two others. I've got Casper and I've got Maisie. And Maisie is probably the prettiest cat I think I've ever put my eyes on in my life. So
It's
another kitty.
This is Demon.
Oh, has that got any connotations to their personality?
Kind of. I didn't think it would when I adopted him, but it does.
Oh, bless.
I named him Demon because he's black and white, and Obstagoon's black and white, and I call Obstagoon's Demon. So.
Oh, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're a good boy. These, honestly, chat, if you haven't got an animal in your life, trust me, they make everything better. If I'm feeling sad or confused or anything like that, he knows. He'll be here. He'll give me a cuddle. If I'm stressed about something to do with the website and I don't know how something's not working, or there's a bug that I need to fix and I just can't do it, he'll listen to everything I have to say. He won't reply because he knows I'll get there eventually. He actively chooses not to speak back to me. But they help a lot. They help a lot.
Yep, they do. Even though this one loves to cause chaos in my life, but my life's just a chaos-filled hole anyway. So he helps me. He can't fill the hole that Dominic and Patch has left in my heart. But ow! You grabbed my face.
He's like, I don't want to cuddle anymore.
He literally just almost dug into my beard. It's just. You are really once.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've had worse happen to me. Yeah.
Sure. Whereas on contrast, mine's just asleep.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we might be stuck with a cat on the podcast for a little bit.
That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Okay, so out of the 18 Pokemon types, which one would you say is your favorite?
Oh, dragon. in a second. There is, and it's. Do you know what? Do you know why it's dragon? It's not just because of Gumi. It isn't just because of Gumi. Genuinely, I think dragon has a really diverse sense of like culture associated with it. I think that all the different dragon types out there genuinely give like a really nice inkling into the particular region that we see. A lot of the pseudo legendaries, I think all of the pseudo legendaries are dragon, right?
No, we got Metagross.
Oh, we got Metagross. Oh, we got that one.
Tyranitar.
No, sorry, Metagross.
What was that face about Metagross?
T-Tar's Mega's dragon, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Is it not dragon? Oh, I don't know the typings properly. But they're okay. It looks like a dragon. But a lot of them still are. You know, you've got a bunch of them there, which are really, really nice to see. And also the best legendary Pokemon's dragon in Rayquaza. So I really, really enjoyed the dragon typing. And the dragons that we see associated with the regions, as I say, that we see in the games, are usually inspired or very indicative of what you would expect to see in that culture, which is nice.
Fair enough. I just like dark types because I just like to. Yeah, I mean it's not just because of it's in my namesake, but I've had a pretty traumatic past. I've had some pretty nasty shit happen to me that I don't like to discuss on this show. But I've had a pretty dark outlook on life for pretty much the majority of my life, per se. But I try not to let that affect me. I try to be the best, put the best foot forward as person I can be. But because dark types are, just like me, dark types are just misunderstood creatures. They are misunderstood creatures and they are so lovable. And there's just so many good aspects about dark types that people just like to brush over, but they're just so good. I mean, after all, the biggest reason dark type it was introduced in the first place was to nerf the psychic typing because freaking psychic types were OP back in the day. Way too OP.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I remember having an Alakazam that just felt like it rocked the world.
Yep. Yeah. And plus, like, on top of that, like, I've done this series where I was talking about being a Dark King Zeo. That's the OC I created that take on every single region with only Dark-type Pokemon. And so far, I have successfully cleared every region except Kanto and Johto.
Oh, wow. So yeah, you've done everything. I suppose. Are you? Can you do Johto in Heart Gold, Soul Silver?
Johto and Kanto both in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That's going to be the final lock.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, of course. Kanto's a continuation.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
you're like a lasagna. Like you have so many layers to you.
Or I'm an onion.
Which is really cool. Or an onion. Yeah. Or an onion. Or a parfait. Everybody loves parfait.
No! You dense, irritating miniature beast of burden! Ogres are like onions! End of story! Bye-bye! See you later!
I'm glad you got the reference.
Dude, I love Shrek, man. I grew up on that shit.
Yeah, it was definitely a big part of my life too.
Yeah.
But no, Dark's a really, really cool type. I think it's got a lot of it's got a lot of. I currently in the TCG, I'm absolutely loving playing the Dark decks because I just love how the Pokemon work together and all that sort of stuff. And it's probably one of my favorites in the TCG to play ever.
Yeah, like my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time are all Dark types. I mean, I got Obstagoon, we got Greninja, we got Darkrai, Hydreigon, Umbreon, all Dark types. No, not my top 10 aren't all Dark types, just my top 5.
I mean, top 5 being all the same typing is really, 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 really cool to see. Because my top 5 aren't all dragons, to be fair.
Fair enough. Are we hyped for Shrek 5? Hell no! I'm not hyped for it. The redesigns are ass.
Is there a Shrek 5?
Yeah, there was a trailer sometime back and earlier this year for Shrek 5, and the redesigns are absolutely horrendous. Like, why change the designs of the characters we've known and loved for decades? Just stop. Just stop.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I'll still go see it because that's how I am. But interesting. Hey, as long as we still get Eddie Murphy as Donkey, I don't care.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy's still Donkey. My favorite Shrek movie is the second one. No question.
Sorry, do you like Eddie Murphy, by the way?
Oh yeah, of course.
As like an actor. Okay, you absolutely need to watch a Blu-ray hit, an absolute blockbuster special. It is a film called Meet Dave. If you haven't seen Meet Dave, it's hilarious. You should 100% watch it.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen it.
Don't go in with any specifically serious expectations, but enjoy it. Enjoy it, please. It's so good. I genuinely loved watching it with Jack. It was great. I mean, we were drunk at the time. Maybe that helped. but it was very good.
I'll definitely take a look at it. Okay, so out of all the Pokemon games you have ever played, which one is your favorite and why? And I want if you have a main, and of course I'm talking about main series. If you have a if you have a favorite from the spin-off series, list that one as well.
Okay. The let's go with main series first. I'll do the spin-off and I'll explain why soon. So main series for me, it's always been a toss-up, and I think there's this continuous tug of war between Emerald and Heart Gold Soul Silver remakes. Because of just how good the story is in Emerald, how pivotal it was to my childhood and existence as a human being, versus how faithfully Johto was recreated in Heart Gold Soul Silver, how aesthetically gorgeous it looks, how the Pokemon follow you around, and all that sort of all that sort of stuff. I think at the particular moment in time, my favorite is leaning towards Hugs, Heart Gold Soul Silver, specifically because of a series I'm doing on my channel at the moment. But if you'd have asked me this 4 months ago, I'd have told you Emerald. I do have 12 copies of Emerald, so I must really like that game. Yep. 4 Japanese, 8 English, including my childhood original copy of Emerald that I got when I was in the US. Do you remember? I don't know if they still have them. Do you have the Virgin Media outlet stores still?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, basically, well, I was in Florida with my family. We'd just gone to Hard Rock Cafe. I had like a cantaloupe martini. It was like a virgin cocktail, which was quite nice. I remember because I still got the glass at my parents' house. And then we walked over the road to late at night to where the Virgin Media store was, and it was literally release day for this game. And I remember queuing up and being like, "Mom, I want to get this game," and she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because," and she's like, "Fine." I'd played Crystal just before that. And then yeah, we ended up getting Pokemon Emerald, and this has lived and cherished in my heart the entire time. And if I have one belonging left in my world, it is most likely this, just because of how many things it's like got me through. So,
Would you say you'd be buried with it?
I would be very happy if somebody took it off me to continue its legacy when I die. Sorry, that was a very bad pun. But I would be buried with it most likely. Yeah.
Okay. What about a favorite spin-off game?
Favorite spin-off game? Yeah. I don't know if this comes as a surprise to people. But I absolutely adore and cherish the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series. To the point where up here on my shelf, you probably can't see because there is just a lot of stuff in this room. But up here on my shelf, I have got the entire complete in-box collection of every single Mystery Dungeon game they've ever had. Because that's how much I love PMD. I think it's incredible. I love the story. I love the fact that it was the first game that I connected with where you could literally get jumped into the Pokemon world as a Pokemon. And get to play as a Pokemon. I loved the heartache, the excitement, the everything about it. I absolutely loved it. And then when they did the remake on the Switch of the original games, I took that and I loved it. And then I realized that you can shiny hunt in that game, and I loved it even more.
I only had one first-hand experience with that one, but that was with somebody who's no longer a part of my life, so I don't think I'm gonna wind up playing that game again. But I did play Super Mystery Dungeon. I thought it was pretty good. I think the final boss was completely irrelevant to a Pokemon game, but other than that, I think it was a pretty decent game.
Yeah, I think as an entirety that not every game is going to be perfect. There is always going to be hits and misses. There's always going to be points where you are like, well, why is this even relevant? But we got to remember that the game as an entirety isn't depicted by that one particular moment. And you should enjoy the entire journey, not just focus on that one little spot. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying in general, it goes for every single game. So if a new game comes out like ZA, you can be like, oh, I've enjoyed the journey of the game, but I didn't like the grinding. Well, that doesn't mean you didn't enjoy the game. It just means that you didn't like having to do the same thing 27 times over. But you enjoy the rest of the game, do you know, as a concept. So don't let one little bit, and this is a message to everybody, don't let one thing tarnish everything.
Yep. It's only when games make the mortal sin of screwing up multiple things is when you can justifiably say they're bad.
Mhm. I'd agree. I'd agree. If like they'd have done 14 different things wrong, then I'd have been like, oh, okay. But it's the same with like films and movies and stuff. Like recreations or whatever. I always go in with the mindset of, oh, this is a brand new thing. Whether it's a spin-off or whether it's a sequel or whether it's anything like that. And the same applies to games is I assess them individually of their own merits. And after I have come to a conclusion of what I think about them for that particular thing, that's when I'll maybe go back and compare against other things. But I'll never like stop that initial sort of concept like review because I don't know, Mario jumped 3 times instead of 4. Or whatever. I don't know. Insert some very niche thing here.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, and I totally agree 100% on you on that one, Ben. But my end, my favorite Pokemon game of all time, the main series, Black 2 and White 2. I fully, fundamentally believe that they have the best written storyline of any main series Pokemon game, not just Black 2 and White 2, but also Black and White. Gen 5 was a brand new out of the box change for the Pokemon Company that got a lot of hate back in its heyday, but the game aged like wine. As people grew older, they realized how good the game was, and that's why it got kind of like a new occult following. So that's why, I mean, I'm in that occult. So Black 2 and White 2 and Black and White have really good storylines, but the reason why Black and White 2 is set from Black and White is the rival. Hugh, in my opinion, is the pinnacle of rival because A, his design is absolutely over the top. B, he's not in this for fame and glory. He's in this for revenge. And 3, I love a good revenge plot. So, Hugh, awesome rival. Gladian's a close second, but Hugh just takes it over the top for me. Plus, a lot of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. I love Crocodile. I love Hydreigon. I love Seismitoad. I love Samurott. It's Hisuian form, not its regular form. Okay. But yeah, just a lot of good Pokemon from Gen 5 I love. And plus yeah, a lot of Gen 5 love got introduced in the in Legends EA. So bonus points.
Yeah. It did. I have something that you might hate me for here, Spence. I never, and I still haven't to this day, fully played any of the Gen 5 games. Never. I own 4 copies of each game, and I have never ever fully played through the entire story yet. I'm at Gym 6.
You've never seen the end of Black and White where frickin', you know what? I don't know if you've even seen it, so there's no point spoiling it for if you have already seen it. But the end of the Elite Four, just some major shit goes down. So, man, you don't know what you're missing out on. Just dive into it whenever you got some free time.
I'm sure. Yeah, whenever I've got some free time, absolutely. It's just honestly finding free time is like trying to find a needle in a haystack a lot of the time for me.
Yeah, I understand that. But spin-off games, XD Gale of Darkness, love it.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
I played it for the first time on stream a few years back, and I absolutely loved it. Plus, on top of that, they did a lot of Pokemon dirty with their animations. Yep. And plus on top of that, like one of my favorite moments the whole time I played the game is, you know how Electrode has those itty bitty little eyes?
Oh yeah.
When it faints in the game, it literally has eyeballs pop out of those tiny little holes. Like it actually has eyeballs. It just the face it makes. Oh,
that's actually hilarious.
Oh, it's one of the funniest things I have ever experienced as a Pokemon fan. And again, I'm laughing like this again because every time I think about it, I laugh. It's just so freaking funny.
Yeah. No, I love it when they give eyes to things that don't have eyes. Like it's funny.
Exactly. Okay.
Have you ever? Sorry, speaking of spin-offs, real quick, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Have you ever played Pokemon Ranger?
Yes, I have. I loved Pokemon Ranger. Shadows of Almia and Guardian Signs. Guardian Signs was a little meh, but Shadows of Almia, peak. If I didn't love XD so much, I would have said Shadows of Almia.
Yeah, I love Ranger, but I definitely broke multiple DSs because of it. With the stylus going either through the screen at my anger, I'm like, oh my god, come on, catch, and then I don't, and I'm like, and slam my stylus in and go, oh, I need a new DS now. Mom, I broke another one, and she's like, you need to stop playing this game, and I'm like, no, I'll beat it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've definitely done that before. Look, there's a lot of pent-up anger issues that we've dealt with over the years, chat. We're fine. Don't worry about it.
All right, I've had pent-up anger issues myself, but I've never gone so far as to freaking plunge a hole into my DS.
It's easy to do.
It is easy.
Trust me.
It is easy, but you don't freaking think about. You don't You don't just stab it because you're trying to stab it. You just freaking, bend. Woo.
It's all them ShinyDex dollars. They let me buy a new. No, I'm joking. That's a joke, chat. That is a joke.
Okay, so let's divulge into the dark side a little bit, and let's find out what you hate about Pokemon. So, starting with your least favorite Pokemon of all time.
Okay, this will come to no surprise for a lot of you, but my least favorite Pokemon of all of time is Vanillite. It's actually a Gen 5 Pokemon. I fucking hate that thing. I'm sorry if I can't swear.
You can swear.
But I genuinely hate it.
You can swear. I've sworn. You can swear.
Is shit. That thing is a fucking abomination. It makes no pissing sense. There is absolutely nothing like it doesn't make any sense. People are like, oh, but it's a parasite, and people like to eat ice cream. Not 3-foot ice cream cones. Have you seen the size of it in ZA? It's literally the size of your legs. You are going to get diabetes just from looking at that thing. It makes no sense. If it was a small little thing like Chingling, then sure, I could get it. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of cute. But the concept, fucking ridiculous. Sorry, I don't like Vanillite, by the way.
You think that was something?
Oh no, I feel like brace yourselves, chat.
Ah, crap, my freaking earbud disappeared. Oh, there it is. Remember when I said there would be a rant that was coming?
No.
Here it is.
Wait, I got some popcorn. I've got popcorn somewhere.
A lowland Persian is the single most disgusting, vile, disgraceful creature that has ever graced its presence. No, disgraced its presence to any fucking Pokemon game ever. Its design is absolutely fucking ridiculous. The stupid round head looks like it swallowed watermelon, got stuck in there, and just destroying the reputation of the original Persian, which was fine. But then all of a sudden it's this, and it's like ew. And freaking the fact that it's a dark type actually pisses me off because I'm a lover of dark types, but I absolutely hate this stupid fucking cat. I want to punt that thing to the sun and not let it go back. But now all of a sudden, it's the freaking ace Pokemon of Nanu, the closest thing we ever got to a freaking gym leader in freaking nearly 20 years of Pokemon. And so freaking this thing is Nanu's ace, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Why does it have to be this? Why does that have to be a stupid ace? I get it because he has a freaking Alolan Meowth in his stupid office, but freaking the stupid fucking Alolan Persian is his ace. I mean, come on. Plus, he gives it a decent ability in Fur Coat. I mean, are you fucking kidding me with Fur Coat? Like, are you kidding me? Raises his defenses? I want to kill this thing faster, not freaking have to let it on the field longer. Oh, but then, most recently, literally the last week or so, who was the idiot in Pokemon that decided to integrate not only Cantonian Persian, but its Alolan and Galarian counterparts into Legend ZA! Who was the idiot? What this means that in every single game since the inception of freaking Alolan Persian, it has been available in every game. Sword and Shield DLC, freaking Scarlet and Violet, freaking Scarlet and Violet, freaking Legend ZA. Are you kidding me? I have to live with seeing this stupid cat in every single game I play while my boy Obstagoon is freaking gen-locked to Gen 8 and it's still gen-locked. No Obstagoon in freaking Legend ZA. I hate it. Stupid cat. Fuck you.
So,
I'm good.
You don't like Alolan Persian then? I got it. I understood. Acknowledged, understood.
Okay. I feel better.
You know what? Round of applause. Genuinely, round of applause. There was a lot of effort involved in that. I appreciate that.
Oh God, dude! Like when I found out that Alolan Persian was in Legend ZA's DLC, I swear on everything that you deem holy and I deem holy, I wanted to punch 1,000 holes in my walls. I was so pissed. So pissed.
Is it not based off of a certain breed of cat?
I don't care what breed of cat it's based off of. It's ugly as hell.
Okay, I won't press that.
Okay, so looks like we got another question from my boy Travis. Favorite shiny hunt you've ever done?
Oh, my favorite shunt I've ever done. I'm gonna sort of self-promo here and go. I'm just gonna head over to my ShinyDex real quick just to see what jumps out at me.
Go right ahead.
Because I've had so many. I do have to say, my full odds hunts, my 8192 hunts, have been way more memorable to me. Be it trying to share a journey with everybody, or be it trying to, just laughing about certain things that have happened on it, or sometimes just hunting in a call with a friend until the early hours of the morning. And then you get it at 3 a.m. and you try not to pop off like a motherfucker because you're scared that, I don't know, the police are going to turn up at your door and go, unfavorable hours. But I mean, a good one for me was my Gumi Destiny Mark hunt that I did during my subathon this year in Skeevy. I know that's not full odds, but doing that hunt was really, really nice. But I think my favorite overall is one we'll probably end up talking about later. It is the most memorable and possibly one of the most iconic shiny hunts that I will ever have on my channel, is my Duskull hunt in Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
I hunted for the 13% Duskull in Emerald, and it took me 172 hours to complete. I got 12 Shuppet phases along that entire journey, and the origin story of why I hunted that Duskull is very heavily tied to Shine Patrol. But I'm sure I sent you a clip earlier that we'll probably have a look at later on.
Yeah.
So I'll save the story and everything about that. But it is my Duskull from that period.
Probably one of my underrated favorite hunts is probably my shiny Regidrago, because that was like my very first on-screen encounter hunt, and it was also the very first shiny that I ever got on stream. So the fact that it was my very first on-stream shiny ever was like, holy crap, it was really special. But probably my favorite hunt is probably my longest one ever would be my shiny Darkrai hunt. I don't know if you know this, but I did it in BDSP, and I currently hold the unofficial world record for the longest on-screen Darkrai BDSP hunt of anybody on Twitch.
How long was that?
1 year, 9 months, 3 weeks, 1 day.
Oh my god, how many encounters was that?
20,118.
That's so close to how many encounters it took me to get my Darkrai in Platinum.
But you did it with four screens. I did it with 1.
Yeah, I did it with 4 screens. It took me 20,272 encounters. So actually quite close in terms of encounter numbers. But damn, that's a very long hunt.
Yep. Yep. Those were the days. But speaking
I
of...
would have been in BDSP, but I can't get the access to the event anymore. So
I would have done it. I would have done double, but frickin' I didn't get the event quick enough. for my other. I didn't like when I had another profile of Shining Pearl, but I didn't think to download the event for it. So I'm like, ah, crap. Now I'm stuck. But speaking of shinies, what is your least favorite shiny of all time? And I'm assuming the answer is a Pokemon that doesn't change much. But what is a shiny that has really grinded your gears?
Ooh, a shiny that grinds my gears. No, so okay, I'll preface this with I don't mind shinies that don't change much. Things like Gengar, I think, is a really cool subtle shiny. Things like Pikachu, I actually think is a really nice subtle shiny change. Like I don't think everything has to be this grandeur difference between the two. It's obviously a lot more striking when it does happen. But my least favorite shiny ever. Ooh. That's a difficult one because I only ever really hunt things that I enjoy. So, like, my ShinyDex isn't gonna help me here. I think because as much as I hate Vanillite, I think the purple and the white combination of colors goes really, really well together. Oh no, I know what it is. Might be controversial, but I fucking hate Shiny Caesar.
Shiny Scizor.
I love Scizor normally. The red metallic, beautiful. Why the fuck is it now piss green? Why the living hell did they make it piss green? Why is it not a nice metallic silver or a gold or something? Like the fact that it's now Scyther colored, but they've done it dirty. They gave it Scyther's coloring, made it awful metallic, and yeah, I just don't like those green shinies. So like Caesar's bad. I don't like Donphan because I don't think the brown and the green goes together very well in modern games. Yeah, anything that's got that like pungent green, you can almost smell piss off it. That I don't like.
I've heard puke green. I've heard puke green as a term, but I've never heard piss green before.
Oh,
we're talking about some Grinch pee right there.
Exactly, absolutely. How about yourself?
I'll give you a hint.
Oh, oh my god, my brain. Nope, you gotta hit it with me, Spence. You gotta hit me.
Charcadet, Armors, and Ceruledge.
Is that just because they don't do anything?
Dude, it's literally that's the only difference. People see me without my sunglasses, they think, oh, that's the rare form of Spence. They see me with my sunglasses, that's just normal. But now freaking like Armors and Ceruledge were some of the most anticipated Pokemon in Gen 9, but they did them so dirty with the shinies. All that changes is the eye color. They could have swapped their color palettes and they would have been some of the best shinies in the game, but freaking nope, all we get is an eye color change. Like it's a subtle change, but at the same time, it's barely noticeable. If you're not a shiny hunter and you can't tell the difference between normal and shiny, people would say maybe freaking the shiny coloring is the normal one and vice versa. So it's like, what to do? I just
think do you think it's because they're fully armored though? So in Pokemon's heads, the Pokemon itself underneath the armor has changed color, but the armor that it's donned hasn't.
That's probably the idea, but the fact that they just dropped the ball, man. They just really dropped the ball.
It's a really cool Pokemon, and it is a shame that they're not more exciting. I do have to admit.
Yeah, that's just, God, too bad. All right, what about your least favorite type?
Oh, least favorite type. Wow, I didn't expect that. Off rip, fairy.
Yes.
Off rip, it's fairy. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of fairy Pokemon. Just I don't know that I understand why their designs are all these like cutesy little things, but some things. Although saying that, Mimikyu is one of the best fairy types. In fact, it is the best fairy type, but it's also a dark type. So
Ghost type.
Ghost type, dark type, ghost type. Which I guess is its redeeming quality, but they just don't like some of them just don't make sense. Like it just doesn't make any. Also, it's the weakness that like Dragon's weak to it, so we don't like that. Get it out of here.
I just my beef with it is that like it got so much love in the generation it was introduced, while Steel and Dark in Generation 2 got like almost no love.
Yep.
While frickin' all new type, all past Pokemon getting a good handful of past Pokemon getting the new typing, new Pokemon getting the type, a gym leader, a legendary, the ace of the elite of the champion, just freaking so much love for this new type. Unprecedented compared to what the love Steel and Dark got in Generation 2. I mean, they have gotten previous generations to improve upon the Ghost and Dark the Steel and Dark type, but God, so much love and attention. And plus, on top of it nerfing your dragon types, it nerfed dark types when dark types didn't even need a nerf.
That is true. That is true. Although maybe they're just trying to prevent them from being incredibly overpowering and great, works of art that Dragon and Dark are.
Works of art, works of majesty. I just cannot deal with fairy types. I do love a handful of fairy types, but just most fairy types in general, just forget them. Fun fact, I didn't know this until a previous guest pointed this out to me. The only reason Bramble and Snubble are fairy types is because they're literally classified as the fairy Pokemon.
Oh, there's no actual evidence around it, I guess.
No, like literally,
no reason for it.
Their dex classification is the fairy Pokemon, so that's why they're fairies.
Interesting. Wow. Well, I mean, to be fair, they are the worst fairy Pokemon in existence. They're awful.
I can agree. Sorry, Tina, but that's just I have to agree.
Oh, is it not because there's something to do with the egg group? Are they not in the same egg group as fairies as well? They're in the fairy egg group.
I have no idea. I got no clue.
Yeah, I think it's probably something to do with that too.
Who knows?
All right. Anyway, fuck fairies. Wait, no, don't fuck fairies. Screw fairies. No, don't screw fairies either. We don't like fairy flavored Pokemon. No. Okay. Next question. Come on, Spence. Let's quickly move on before I get even more cancelled than I already can cancel myself.
What is your least favorite Pokemon game of all time? And that includes both main series and spin-off. Just one singular game. What is your least favorite?
Least favorite game. Controversial. I don't like Pokemon Snap.
The OG or the new one?
Yes, either of them.
I wouldn't say that.
I don't enjoy Pokemon Snap at all.
I wouldn't say that'd be controversial. I mean, Snap has to be an acquired taste. I mean, I played the OG and the new one at NAIC earlier this year, and it wasn't my cup of tea.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, for me, if I want to take photos of Pokemon, I get the concept of it, but it just feels like I can do that in Skivvy or in ZA or something now. I can just do it in those games. I have a camera. You give me a camera. It feels like a feature that they've tried to develop into a game, and I just felt like they missed the ball.
Yeah, I can definitely say that. Okay, so we got a two-parter question from Cypher over there. I'm not going to repeat this question, the first part of it at least, but
you can see it. Yep.
But what is the reason we have Rowlet tied up? It's not that it's tied up. It's like the most festive Pokemon GIF I found on the web. That's pretty much the only thing. That's pretty much the only thing why. This is technically the Christmas episode.
He's just a jolly little fellow. And he's not tied up. He's tangled up in the lights after trying to trying to put them on the tree. That's what he's doing.
Exactly. But speaking of Rowlet, I want to share a little story right quick. So
yeah,
I started the very first day I decided to play Ultra Moon. This is like maybe like maybe 3 weeks after Ultra Sun and Moon released. I decided to finally open up Ultra Moon, and I decided to use Rowlet again because I used Decidueye in Moon, so I just figured I'd just use the same one. So I knew how to build a good Rowlet either with an Adamant or a Jolly Nature, because let's face it, Alolan starters slow as shit. So I was resetting for an Adamant or a Jolly Nature Rowlet. 3 resets in, a shiny Rowlet pops up.
No shot. What the fuck?
No shot. No shot. I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? And here is the biggest kicker. It had an Adamant Nature, bro.
I mean, you know what? Some people dream of godlike natures. Some people dream of godlike Pokemon. Wait, how long's that hunt? 2 minutes a reset, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes. It's like a minute and a half to 2 minutes of resetting.
Wow.
And again, I wasn't resetting for a shiny, just a nature.
Well, there you go. You can't complain.
Yeah, I can't complain. But I got a lot to complain about X and Y. I don't like them.
Don't listen. It's okay. Don't listen, buddy. It's
look,
fine.
Look. My second favorite Pokemon of all time comes from Gen 6. Okay, so it pains me to say that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just it's okay, buddy. Don't listen to him. The bad man can't hurt you. He's only on the screen. Gen 6 is
It's not that Gen 6 was a bad generation. It's just the quality of game just left a lot to the imagination.
So what were you excited for ZA then when we went back to Lumiose?
I was I was excited for a new game, don't get me wrong, but Lumiose City, I was like, okay, there's got to be a lot more to it than this. So that's why the DLC's here for Mega Dimensions. So I was excited because I wanted to see if they would fix problems I had with X and Y. For example, Mega Evolutions. It's a awesome mechanic. It's a nice mechanic, but it's barely used in the game it was introduced in. Almost no one used it besides you, the character. So it's like, why are we dancing around for all these megas when in reality no one else is using it? So, but then
now look at it.
Yeah, with ZA, they amped it up to an 11. They amped it up to an 11, and they amped it up to an 11, and pretty much everybody was using Mega Evolutions. Even the NPCs in the ZA Royale were using Mega Evolutions. They fixed that. They did fix that. But there's various other reasons why I don't like the game in general, because, like I said, it leaves a lot to the imagination, because after you finish the main story of the game, there's like nothing to do. And a good game has a good main story and a good post game. There's got to be some post game stuff that you got to do. So, I mean, if you're a shiny hunter, you got the Friend Safari, and I didn't do Friend Safari shiny hunting, so that was out of the picture for me. If you were into battling, you had the Battle Chateau, but again, I wasn't that big on all those ranked battles, so that was out of the picture for me. So there was just a lot that could have been done with the game, but they just didn't do it with the game. Like, I gotta play through the Mega Dimensions to fully, think about this question now, because if there's more that needs to be fixed, or there's more idealism I have that needs to be kind of fixed up. But if Mega Dimensions does do what geez, how do I explain it? If it does what I wanted X and Y to do in the first place, I probably will change my answer to BDSP, because that game is ugh. No words need to be spoken. Just say BDSP, and everyone's like, "Yep."
Wow. Well, I'll be honest. That's one that we'll come to blows about because I really love BDSP. I have 4 complete copies of it, one on each of my Switches, to be able to do radar. It is actually the game that started my entire streaming journey.
Okay, all right. So it's kind of like me with Sword and Shield. Like, it's not my favorite game of all time, but it is the game that got me into streams. So somebody said they don't like Sword and Shield. That's where we come to blows. But
Sure, yeah. I mean, I guess in a way, BDSP can be a bit like teriyaki chicken. Not everybody likes it, but some people love it.
I love teriyaki chicken.
Exactly. So do I, but I know so many people that don't. Unlike boobs, everybody loves boobs. Sorry.
I'm
But
guilty.
do you know what I mean? Like it's just those like for me, BDSP was such a large part of my starting to stream career, and I will be going back to it. We ran an event earlier this year called Madar with Team Showdown.
Yep.
It was possibly one of the most successful events in terms of community engagement in a while. And it hopefully just like helped launch things forward for more of the like showdowns and skirmishes and things like that happen. So I love it for that reason, but I can understand why people hate it. Because it didn't hit all the boxes. But for me, it was a remake, not a recreation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it was an actual remake. So, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just oh jeez, my hat.
You're losing the hat.
Nah, the hat was like weird resting on my neck. But yeah, just X and Y. There was just a lot to be imagined. Plus, the biggest gripe I have with it, the champion's not even in the game. Like, you barely see Diantha in the game, and I feel like the champion is a prominent figure. You barely see Diantha. Yeah. She literally has like 5 scenes where you speak to her, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess does that not, as a counterpoint, does that not give you the sense that she is not untouchable, but like you how many times in your life have you spoken to Wolfie or I don't know, like A Drive or whatever, these big profile people? Not that many, right? I understand that as part of a story, we're supposed to be able to at least have some level of connection so that we can acknowledge that. But I don't know if we necessarily have to have the back and forth of everything all the time. I don't know. It's a controversial viewpoint potentially. It's a devil's avocado or devil's advocate. Sorry, I always call it devil's avocado. It's a devil's advocate approach. Is that necessarily a bad thing? There you
go. Fair enough.
Interesting.
Fair enough, but also her team was also very lacking.
Well, yeah.
I beat her entire team with a freaking Greninja that wasn't even level 100. So.
Well, Greninja is the goat. Well, he's a frog, but he's the goat.
Yeah. Okay. So, dive into the deepest depths of your memory bank and tell me your you may have touched on it earlier, but give me your very first experience with Pokemon ever.
Very first experience ever? Is that like just VG or is that like
it could be
TCGs and stuff?
Anything Pokemon related. TV, the anime, the card game, the video game, just like anything that's Pokemon related. Just what was your very first experience of it?
Genuinely, my first experience was watching episode 1 of season 1 of the anime. I remember it vividly on children's TV, on like weekend TV, because I'm older than Pokemon is, which is interesting. But yeah, I remember being sat in my parents' in my parents' lounge at the time watching Saturday TV. I think it was on a network we had over here called CITV, like Children's Entertainment Television or something. Is what it stood for. Anyway, I remember having it on and I remember watching it and I remember being enthralled by Pikachu. I know that sounds so basic, but I just remember being absolutely captivated by this little electric mouse Pokemon, and how his relationship with Ash was. And then obviously ever since then, it just kind of gripped me. It wasn't like a full 100% nosedive, until I got to a position where I was later in life and I could appreciate the actual story, but it was definitely like, oh, I like this. And then I started adding more and more things to my repertoire, like my gold copy of Gold and Silver, getting some cards and just playing about with them at school. I definitely once traded my Charizard away for, I think, a Blastoise because I just love Blastoise. I think it's the best Cantonian starter. How I regret that now. And just things like that, you know, just it was anime to start, and then we moved forward. What about you? What was your first experience?
Before we get to that, Meg's got another question. Who is your
Oh,
most mommy Pokemon character?
oh, like actual trainer or Pokemon? Because I know
No,
the answer for
no,
those. I
Pokemon
just
character. I think Pokemon character, as in like probably, people.
oh, Opal.
Oh, excuse me.
That's the. I mean, let's be honest. The classic answer and the most prominent answer is probably Cynthia.
Well, Cynthia is actually the name of my sister, so I can't really say Cynthia.
No, please don't. Please say anything else, Spence. Literally, say Opal if you have to.
I'm not. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say Opal. Let's see. I can't say Marnie because she's too young. Uh, Frickin' Jesus, who? I don't know. Jeez, I don't know. I'll probably just go a basic bitch answer and say Karen. She's a dark type leader, and she looks nice.
Fair play. Fair play. Oh yeah, your deepest depths. First Pokemon encounter. What was
Yeah,
it?
pretty much the same with you, except I didn't watch Pokemon when it first aired because I'm just a smidge too young. But I watched it on a 3-episode VHS tape with Pokemon Shipwrecked, The Isle of the Giant Pokemon, and Tentacool and Tentacruel.
Oh,
So I
yes,
watched.
that was such a good episode. Oh, what was it? Was
Yeah,
it an episode or was it a film? I can't remember. It was an episode, right?
yeah, it was an episode. Yeah.
It was
But
so
yeah,
good.
I watched those 3 episodes and I just got entwined with Pokemon. It just became my lifeblood. I watched every episode of the Pokemon anime since then, and I mean I you know looked at the cards, thought they were cool. I never learned how to play the game, still know how to play the game. Then I finally started playing the games. First Pokemon game I ever picked up with the in play was a Pokemon Sapphire copy, and first Pokemon game I started and completed was Pokemon Leaf Green. So just over between the ages of 6 and 10, like Pokemon just became my lifeblood. And now here I am sitting here, an almost 30-year-old man, just one of the biggest pokeNERDS you can find.
Yep. I am 30 and I still spend an exuberant amount of my paycheck on Pokemon merchandise.
I'm gonna be spending an exuberant amount of my paycheck in Pokemon next year, but that's something I'll talk about later.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Now comes one of my favorite segments of the show called the emote elaboration. So I know you have to have some decently secured Pokemon themed emotes. So would you mind posting some in the chat and tell me why they're a thing? Because everyone's
Yeah,
got stories behind
absolutely.
emotes.
Yeah, sure. Let me hit you with this one. This one is 3 okay? Do you want more than 3?
You can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, as many as you want.
Okay, cool. Boom. Let's go with these guys. I've got these 4 in the chat. Obviously number 1 is a Gumi. It is my Gumi with his glasses. He pushes his glasses up and goes, actually, um, because he is a nerd like me. And he's a shiny Gumi, obviously. It's actually created by a wonderful artist by the name of Westwind Child.
Mm-hmm.
She is incredible. If you know OM Dizzy, it is his other half. I animated it. She created the frames for me. I love the fact that I'm a nerd. I love the fact that I'm a geek, and I think this helps embellish the stereotype of that, like in media.
There's a reason why this show's called.
Actually,
There's a reason why this show's called pokeNERDS Inc.
yep, exactly. So I think that embodies that pretty well. Who doesn't love a Gumi shaking its ass? I think the Dumpy's a funny emote anyway. And I just think this blob is so cute to be able to do such a thing. That's just one of my fun emotes. I really like that. Togepi with the love heart is one of my first animated emotes that I ever had.
I love it.
It will always remain very near and dear to my heart. It is very, very cute, and it's my love emote on the channel, and it's also my most used emote, which makes me incredibly proud to know that my entire community uses that emote over everything, because I like the fact that we spread the love with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me very, very happy. And then last but not least, there we've got Smeargle, who is making notes with his tail. A shiny Smeargle using his tail as a pen with a notepad. I think that's iconic. And I hadn't seen one yet, which is why I did it. It was my second ever animated emote. A wonderful artist by the name of Lightson for that one. She did those really, really well and did me justice. Followed my brief, and yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, they're all
How about
really.
yourself? I assume you've got Pokemon emotes too.
Yeah, I'll give you some that. Let's see. Here are 4 of my favorites. Look at that, lanterns are literally covering your face. So a good chunk of my community members are LGBTQIA. So I have Spiritomb with all the Pride colors integrated in there.
Nice.
So a little bit of Pride. I have a various history with Alolan Vulpix, which we'll see. You'll see in a little bit once we get to the shared experiences. So I just have it with the typical sunglasses, holding a nice ice cold drinks, like chill. I Annihilate has become my favorite fighting type of all time, so I literally just have Monkey just punching the ground and getting really angry. So that's why that's a thing. And I did an electric only Nuzlocke in Shield, and I had a lantern on my team called Sushi, and that thing was my MVP for the longest time until she died. God rest her soul. God rest her soul. My original Sushi. Yeah, it was a great one. But a good chunk of my emotes are themed after dark types and obscure themed and whatnot. But my favorite emote and also my most used one is this one. It's basically little baby Zigzagoon biting onto a heart. So fair.
Yeah.
So kind of the same as you. People like to use my love emote, and people like to use yours. So it's like,
yeah.
Oh, share the love, y'all. Share the love.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, have one of these. Well, I'm one of these. I'm one of these generations, not one of these or one of these or one of these. I'm a this gen. I'm a boomer nearly.
Yeah. Any more you want to share?
Let me have a look because yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I love this one. I drew this one. And these I drew both of these. They go hand in hand. These are my stare emotes. I have 2 of them. So basically, throughout like 9 months of this year, in between my ad breaks, I would play Pictionary with my chat with my subscribers. And whoever was the highest gifter of subs would get to choose one of the pictures. It would go on a shirt. These didn't make it to the shirts, but they were so darn weird that we thought, let's make them into an emote. And they also get used an awful lot.
That's really cool. I
love those.
Let's see. This isn't really a stare emote, but I got like Umbreon blushing at you and just looking at you going with its ears down.
Really cute.
Yeah, with its ears down, just looking really cute. Yeah.
That is very cute. I like emotes on Twitch. You can have some fun with them, you can play about with them, you can really tell some stories with emotes as well sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I ask people to talk about these emotes, because there's always a story behind an emote. So that's why I ask people to share the emotes.
You want a story for about an emote that might segue if I've timed it right? This emote here from my channel is my Duskull flipping somebody off. He creeps from behind a gravestone, flips you off, and then disappears again. Again, done by Westwind Child, but this is poignant to my favorite shiny hunt, my longest shiny hunt, and probably my most iconic shiny hunt that I will ever do on Twitch.
Well, I got a funny emote myself, literally, because it's literally a shiny Zorua giggling at you.
Oh,
I love that one. Okay,
But
now.
yeah, they're my favorites.
Okay, now. Hot takes. You said you have some. Let's hear them.
Okay, I guess wait. Hot takes might be not very hot for people. I'm lukewarm as a human at best, so anything beyond that is quite hot for me. Um, everybody or a lot of people in our community hate Charizard because of how much love it gets.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think Charizard's really fucking cool. I am guilty. I think he's really cool. He is my second favorite Cantonian starter. Mega like Total Evolution. Venusaur unfortunately falls by the wayside, and who doesn't love Blastoise with? It's a turtle with cannons on its back, bro. But the fact that people hate on Charizard so much, or they call it Midzard or whatever, I think is unfounded, and they're just salty that their favorite Pokemon aren't getting the limelight. I think the Pokemon's fucking sick. I think the Shiny's incredible, and I think we all just need to chill a little bit.
I mean, I'm using a
Maybe
shiny.
I'm wrong.
I mean, I'm using a shiny Charizard on my ZA team right now. So freaking.
He's also busted as fuck.
In
very good.
In ZA, I can agree. He's busted. Because there's a lot of trainers out there that have fire and flying weaknesses, and he tackles both of them. Plus, the motherfucker can learn freaking Focus Blast.
Yep. He can learn loads because he's like the pseudo poster child of Pokemon. After, Pikachu, Eevee, Charizard, they're like the big three at the top there. And do you know what? I have no issues with liking that Pokemon. Also, yes, every now and then you can be like, oh, we got another Charizard thing, but more power to the Charizard lovers. Crack on. It's clearly what sells. And I think people need to remember that the Pokemon Company they don't owe you anything. They don't owe me anything. They don't owe Spence anything. They owe not a single one of us gamers absolutely anything beyond the product that you purchase after you've purchased it.
Yep.
The quality of that product, you usually know what you're getting into. The concept of that product, you know what you're getting into. And at the end of the day, yes, they have sold, like, they are the biggest IP in the world. Pokemon is. But it is a business. They have shareholders. They have responsibilities to make as much money as possible for a fiscal reason. They have got so many reasons to keep pumping those cash cows like Charizard, like Pikachu, and all that sort of stuff, that it would be a bad move for them to not do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I appreciate how upset you are. Like, I'm super fucking sad that Gumi doesn't have an IR. It doesn't have an illustration rare or an art rare or anything in TCG.
I thought it did.
This makes me so sad. Nope, not a single IR. It has one in Pocket now, but it doesn't have one in the physical TCG, like the physical TCG. If it did, I would have the biggest collection of them all. But it's that upsets me, but not to the point where I'm going to call the Pokemon Company stupid just because they printed yet another special illustration rare Charizard. I know they need to make money, else we're not going to be able to get games.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have an SIR cipher. If you want to show me the link, feel free, but there are a total of, I believe, 7 Gumi artworks. None of them are illustration rares or SIRs or anything.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Have you got anything?
I pretty much used up all my hot takes over the past season. I honestly don't think I have anything left.
Oh, fair. Fair. Oh, nice short segment. What's next?
Nice short segment. Well, next up is the shared experiences category, which is where those clips come in where I asked you for.
Oh, okay. I'm excited for these.
Okay, so this will look weird for a moment.
Hey, we can look weird. I don't mind being weird or freaky.
Okay, let me swap this.
I'm sorry, what? No, Pocket has opened up the ability for them to be able to do a bunch of games and things like that.
Okay.
And stuff. But I genuinely think when they print an illustration rare Gumi in person, I am going financially broke.
Well, I do have this full art copy of Obstagoon, which is actually a little bit it's themed up a little bit after my tattoo. So, but this one card cost me $8, so it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy too many of these.
It costs you $8, but how much does it have in your heart?
priceless.
Like, it's such a nice card. Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, but I hate the fact that this thing is called Galarian Obstagoon when there's no such thing as a Hoennian Obstagoon. It's like, it's just Obstagoon.
Oh, is there any? Yeah, there is. There isn't any variants of it, is there?
Yeah. It's not even Piers' Obstagoon, it's Galarian Obstagoon. There's no such thing. It's just Obstagoon. But anyway, so I put these in chronological order. So first off, I want to say fuck you for getting that Mudkip super quick when I had over 20,000 fucking encounters between 9 emulators for that stupid mud.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to see this reaction.
Right, so games. Let's talk about this. Let's go with the bottom games first. The ladies. Let's talk about the. Oh, Shiny Mudkip! 199 Shiny Mudkip! What the fuck? No way! No! Shut! Oh my god! That was 99 encounters! Fuck you, Duskull! That's how you do it, baby!
Yep.
Okay, so I think that was
There's no
deserved. I think that was deserved because like just like how you got that super quick after the Duskull, I got Arceus just as quick after I got Darkrai.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the shiny gods giveth and they taketh. In this particular instance, they giveth. They gave my beautiful, beautiful little boy a purple variant for me, and it was incredible. I was actually literally just about to start explaining the origin of the games there, because the bottom two were Japanese and the top two weren't. And I was actually doing a Mudkip hunt because of Seitazaze, my best friend. He gifted me his childhood copy of Sapphire, so I would have a complete set. He helped me complete my first set, and I said to him, "I will hunt a Mudkip for you on your copy," because that's where he left it off. He was hunting Mudkip on his childhood copy. So my goal now is to continuously hunt Mudkip until I get one on that copy of the game.
I see. That's a good goal.
So yeah, that was really cool.
So this
Also,
is the
100 encounters, baby.
again, fuck you.
Exactly.
But I mean it in good faith. I
I'll take it.
Okay, so this is the one. This is the infamous Duskull, correct?
I cry on this one.
We'll see.
I actually cry. So I'm doing DAs at the same time here, because I was getting bored of Duskull.
Oh, Red Duskull! Shiny Duskull! Oh my god! Oh, top life Shiny Duskull! Oh, fucking no way! Oh my god! Oh, he's done! We're done! We're done! We're done!
You just yeet your glasses like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, they just don't exist after that point, Spence. They just disappear.
Oh my god!
That's me crying.
Oh, we're done!
Bear in mind, this was 100.
I'm so sorry.
172 hours.
Oh, we are done.
It's always that nice shot of dopamine, and then the cry juice that just defines a shiny reaction. I don't think I think I yell cry tears for Darkrai, but I didn't like go like, oh my god, finally I'm crying over Darkrai.
I think it was just like an exhume of emotions from my body. Like it was just I'd been so pent up. I'd got 12 other Shuppet, like shiny Shuppets. It's a 1 in 64k hunt, and it took me 172,000 encounters. It was a defining part of my entire shiny hunt community. So I think me getting that was just a big like relief.
I can understand that. Here's Madar. I actually remember this. Remember this, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Dude, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Because
this. Oh, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead,
no,
sorry.
you go.
I was gonna say this was before I got the Duskull, so I was already like 100,000 encounters into Duskull. My goal was to get 100k encounters before Madar, and then I was gonna take a break from Duskull. So I did. And I, as a joke, I thought, oh, during Madar, let me go and radar hunt Duskull so I can at least get a shiny Duskull somehow. And you can see that I'm 2 times radaring here, because I'm psychomaniac,
Yep.
and do them both at the same time. Just wait until I do my quad setup next year. It's gonna be incredible.
Ugh.
Yeah, this was it. You can this is rarer. I'd like to point out this, what I'm about to get, is rarer than the Duskull that I got in Emerald.
Really? What's the numbers?
This is 1 in 204,000 chance, because Duskull here is a 2% spawn. And I got this without chaining anything. Sorry, go ahead.
Shiny! Full on shiny patch! Full on shiny patch on the left hand side, chat! Oh
Actually, let me just stop right here. Fun fact: during the first radar showdown, that before we, got before ShinyDex partnered with the Showdown series, I got a full out shiny. I did this, and I got a full out shiny Shellos with this.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full out shiny patch got a Shellos. So, but that was like, I don't know, 20% plus encounter rate. But so.
God! Full on shiny patch! Yes! Oh, we got one! We got some points on the board! Oh my god, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, be Duskull. Be Duskull and make me a happy, happy man. Go on. It's Duskull! Oh my god!
Oh, excuse my butt.
Oh my god!
Yep.
That was something.
Because that was like, for me, that was another level of release, right? Like, I'd just had like 100,000 encounters into the Emerald, and I was like, oh, let's just for the meme go for Duskull, and then I got it. It was like, oh my god, is this what victory tastes like? So yeah.
Okay, so we actually, before we move on to my clips, there's a question in chat. What are the longest hunts y'all have ever done? Well, I pretty much described mine. My 1 year, 9 month, 3 weeks, 1 day, 20,118 Darkrai. What was yours?
Yeah, mine was the Emerald Duskull at 132,324 encounters or something like that. With 171 hours, 59 minutes, and thanks, ShinyDex, 12 seconds into it.
Okay, so
135,321. Sorry, 135k. There you go.
Okay, so remember how I said I have history with Alolan Vulpix for...
Yes.
So, for celebrating 500 followers on Twitch, I decided to start a Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Shiny Badge Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you can see, I got Nidoking, a Weeping Bell, and Alakazam. Some part of my brain decided, hey, instead of going for the regular Vulpix, let's go for the Alolan Vulpix in the Let's Go trades. And it was really stupid. But it didn't take as long as you think. No. Oh my god, guys! Yeah! Oh, yes! Yes! That's it! Yes! Oh my god! Yes! Oh my god! It's over! It's over!
That's incredible.
Shiny Alolan Vulpix. Shiny Alolan Vulpix. Oh my god! Finally! Yes. So the trades took a lot longer than I anticipated. So it was about 3 months and 4,041 trades, and bam.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I just like I knew what it looked like instantly. So the second I saw that dark purple ear, I was like, yes, this is finally over.
Yeah. Wow. Alolan Vulpix is probably I prefer the Alolan form over the normal.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. Alolan Vulpix is my favorite ice type. I mean, Alolan
Nice.
Ninetales.
Nice.
Alolan Ninetales is my favorite
Sorry,
ice type.
Not ice. Ice. Sorry, that was such a bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so this one's my longest. Well, actually, it's my second longest DA run, but this was also from multiple months of doing it, and also every single person helping me getting it before me. I'm not even kidding.
How it happens. Yeah, that's how it happens.
Yeah, but anyway, my reaction says it all. All right, Demon doesn't break the curse, but will the lion? Yes! 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 The curse is over! Beast on, baby! It's over! Woo! It's over! It's over! Demon brings the shiny Obstagoon! I mean, the shiny red lion! Yes! Yes!
Perfect.
Oh, guys! Thank you so much! Thank you so flippin' much! Oh my god, guys, thank you so much! And Bella,
Wow.
thank you for the 1,000 bits! Holy shit, guys, it's finally over! So another little fun fact about this red lion.
Sorry, 1 second, Spence. The front door's just gone. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Oh sure, go ahead. Oh yeah, sure, you're fine. Go ahead. So we're gonna play my Darkrai reaction next. So Ben's gonna see just how badly I reacted to finding shiny Darkrai. But in all seriousness, I want to, even though Ben's not currently on screen, but thank you thank you members of Ben's community for coming by today to hang out with us and figuring out what makes Ben the Poké nerd he is. So thank you for that. Thank you for being here, everybody. I hope you guys learned some new things about Ben you probably wouldn't have known before. So
I'm so sorry about that. I saw my camera go off as motion, and I was like, somebody's gonna be at my door. I can tell it.
No. You are perfectly okay. You are perfectly okay. So here is my Darkrai reaction. But take a look at the screen. Do you see something?
A Drillbur.
A
shiny Drillbur.
Yeah, I got the shiny Drillbur, the reset before shiny Darkrai, so that's why I was like that. So literally, I got double shiny, basically back to back, which is why I screamed back to back. But anyway,
Yeah, cool.
here is the accumulation of 1 year, 9 months, 3 weeks, 1 day, 20,118 resets later. Shiny Darkrai! It's mine! Yes! Oh my god!
Oh my god. Chat, I think he's still screaming right now.
Yeah, Yeah, people were saying I like broke the sound barrier. I was louder than Reversal when he found his Feebas, etc., etc. Just like there's a lot of things that could be said about that, and also like there was one thing that was like, um, a Korean YouTube channel reached out to me who saw my video and was like, hey, can we take your video and like you know like adjust it to Korean viewers so people can understand what's going on in the video. And they're like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, cool, go ahead. So they they took the video, edited it, and put like Korean subtitles in it. And they did like a whole bunch of edits, including like Jesus, dolphins, gorillas. Just like it was funny as all. It was funny. it was funny as all hell, but it was really good. It was really good. But anyway, so aside from that, so give us some more give us some more stories about what Pokemon has done for your life, and just like some moments or events that happened in your life because of Pokemon. So just you have the floor, man. What's happened?
A lot. Like, honestly, a lot. Pokemon has been so integral into my life for such a long time. I didn't realize how integrated I was into the whole Pokemon scene until 8 years ago when I first started doing that website. And then probably about 4 years ago, realistically, was when I super picked it up. So I started helping out at I just recently moved to my area with my ex-partner at the time, and we were looking for something to do, so we went to like a game cafe. And in there they had Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance like stadium boxes. We bought one of each, we got home, we played the game. And from there, I ended up started playing the TCG a lot. I got to the point where I started up their Pokemon League for them. I'm now a qualified judge and tournament organizer for the Pokemon TCG. I run a league every single week at a different store now. I used to run it there, but they got taken over by new management. I didn't like those very much, so I ended up moving to a different store and starting a league there. And I've met genuinely my best friends through Pokemon. I have had some of the most amazing experiences. I've been across the country for Pokemon. I went to the US in October last year. I went to the Milwaukee Regionals and managed to have the opportunity and honor to meet Kuda, Zoo. I met my best friend of 13 years, Emmy, who was my friend before Pokemon, but the catalyst of Pokemon enabled me to actually meet her in person for the first time. I got to meet so many other people, Meg, Sammy, Lando, a bunch of other people as well, on that first trip to the US, that it's genuinely changed my life and changed the trajectory of where I want to be, to the point where I'm exploring potential migration opportunities and things like that across the globe because of Pokemon. And just I've managed to meet some of the most adoring and incredible people. I would not change anything about my journey with Pokemon anywhere, be it TCG, VG, or anything like that. I have had late nights drinking. I have had early mornings with hangovers. I have had missed flights, hotels being not great, EUIC experiences. I hope to experience Worlds this year, and you never know, the rest of my life could be shaped just because of Pokemon, and I'm excited to see where that takes me.
Gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. I'm in kind of the same boat. This year alone, I did a lot of traveling for Pokemon related things, or should I say, things that stemmed because of Pokemon. So I had the fortunate opportunity to attend the North American International Championships, NEIC, back in June, and it was my first ever Pokemon convention or whatnot, and I loved the experience. I met a lot of cosplayers. I met Quick Panic. I met Zardy Coolers. I even saw Wolfie there. I saw him, but he was kind of the antisocial type, and he just didn't really do like hide at people or fans or whatnot. So I saw Wolfie there. I met a very awesome friend group that I am now still currently friends with, and I actually went back down to Louisiana back in October for a Halloween party, and I was dressed up as Bowser. But
Oh, sick.
yeah, but NAIC was an amazing experience, and it just really opened up my eyes to just how many people love the Pokemon franchise. I unfortunately I didn't go to Worlds this year, but that's going to be on my agenda next year. I'll talk more about that before the show closes. But I was able to, but yeah, I was able to meet so many amazing people thanks to Pokemon. I mean, like I talked about earlier, my friend Vera. She has been one of my very dear friends since I got into the Pokemon community. I met her I honestly don't think I would have met her if I didn't have my accident. I had a tragic accident about maybe a few months before I met her on Twitch. I pretty much had a near fatal fall, and I fell about 2 stories. Got my back sliced up. Hit my head pretty hard. My legs were kind of messed up for a little bit, but yeah, I just streamed a little bit more, and I wound up finding her just through my for yous. And she just wanted to become one of my very best friends on the platform. And I met Dragon Tamer Tom. He's become one of my very dear friends. He's also the one that helps me out with pokeNERDS Inc. So just really cool about that, man. I've met some of the most amazing, most inspirational people I've ever met on this platform. I don't know if you ever met the True Turbo before we passed, but he was the single most inspirational creator I have ever had the privilege to have on this show. And just meet in general. So I didn't meet him IRL, but I met him through the social feed and whatnot. It just it just really expanded my very small world. I had a really small world when I started streaming, but now it feels like it feels like the whole world is my oyster. So I owe all that to Pokemon. But
our hobbies and our connections that we create with these people because of this, let's be honest, silly little niche of animated characters knows no bounds. The power that it holds to be able to, as you say, connect people, to be able to integrate people into communities, give them access to friendship groups they'd never have before, and all that sort of stuff is second to none. So chat, if you have, or viewers on YouTube, if you have an opportunity to dive in and meet some of these people, be safe doing it, but trust me, there's a lot of love out there to receive and a lot of love to be given. So you should do it because it's incredible. Also, if you ever see me at an event, I attend quite a few events like regionals and stuff. Just come up and say hello. I'll give you a hug.
Yeah, I'm going to be at NAIC next year. So if any of you guys are at NAIC and you see a guy with red sunglasses and a beard and hopefully about maybe 50 pounds skinnier, feel free to come up and say hi, give me a hug, or just do anything.
Get
in
one
general.
of these as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got
quite see it because of the light.
Oh yeah, you got custom cards. I really want to get some custom cards made. I really do. Yeah.
No, they're a lot of fun, but yeah, please come and say hello to me. I'll be this year. I'm at the Birmingham regionals in the UK. I'm at EUIC in London. I'll be going over to Worlds. I'll be going to TwitchCon in Rotterdam as well. And then maybe another American event, potentially NAIC. We'll see.
Yeah, if you're in NAIC,
see what the bank balance says.
Yeah,
absolutely, dude. If the bank balance says yes,
I'm gonna be driving to NAIC next year. Last year I flew because I had airfare I had to use. So this year I'm driving.
Wow,
it's
How long's that?
about a little over an 8-hour drive. But I like.
Oh, that's not like cataclysmic.
No,
so that's
I live here in Tennessee. Louisiana is probably about here.
Sure, that's not too bad then.
But yeah, we'll see about how that goes. But okay, let's talk about the most recent Pokemon news. But the most recent news is Mega Dimensions since since the last show we had. So do you think personally that they should have included Mega Dimensions as like the post game of Legends ZA, or do you think that the game shouldn't have that the DLC was needed for Legends EA because unlike PLA, which didn't get a DLC, this game did get a DLC. So do you feel like they left out a much of this game purposely for said paid DLC, or should they just have included the DLC as the post game of the game and just in general? So you have the floor, Ben. Just let me know what your thoughts.
So I guess this goes back to me talking about Pokemon as a company, and them needing to be able to generate revenue to be able to like expand on games and bring us more studios and all this sort of stuff. And people can be like, yeah, but it's just greedy at that point. And I understand that, but what you have to remember is just because the Pokemon IP is so fucking monolithic, it's massive. The revenue it generates, the stuff that comes out is so monolithic. You got to remember that each department under that will have its own budget and it will have its own thing and it will be independently reviewed on its own performance. So if a game does well in terms of revenue, then that game, that department will get more resource thrown into it. It will get more money thrown into it because they'll be like, oh, we can make more money from Gen 10 or Pokopia or whatever else is going to be coming out at any point. The point I'm trying to get across is I think ZA always needed a DLC. One, to be able to create long life content consumption of the game. Two, to be able to generate that extra bit of revenue that we could get out. And I know it's nearly $100 for like the base game and the DLC together, but you have to remember, it's a luxury item. Our entire hobby is a luxury. It is not a necessity. And
Yep.
luxury items come with luxury price tags, particularly in this day and age. So having that as concept, I think, is key. In terms of the content of the DLC versus what we got, I have no issues because I kind of feel like the whole Hooper storyline and the whole Mega Dimension thing, it doesn't tie in really to the base game anywhere near as close as I would expect a base game post game to interact. Like we literally never see Hooper in the entire game anywhere. Up until the DLC with Ansha and her stupid fucking donut recipes that aren't guaranteed that I hate with all of my heart. I have had so many crash outs. But I honestly think for the £35 or £25 that it cost me, like the $35, I would pay 50. I'd pay literally double what I paid for the DLC. I would almost pay the same price as the base game. I have had that much enjoyment, that much excitement out of it. I have had some incredibly enjoyable times on phone calls with friends, even in the short time that's been out. Do I think the base game needed anything extra? No. Do I think they should have been post game? No. Do I think they made the right choice? Absolutely. Would I actually like to see a second DLC that explores other potential things? Please. Because I love this game. I love how it interacts. I love how the battle mechanic works. I love the quirkiness and the difference of it, the breakout from where we were before. I love the shiny hunting options in it. I just wish that they'd knock down the repetitiveness just a little bit.
Yeah, the repetitiveness.
But basically, good. Sorry.
Yeah, you kind of took pretty much all the words out of my mouth, Ben, because I feel pretty much the exact same way regarding it. I mean, as a business major, I pretty much know that the one thing Pokemon does best is is pay and play. We pay to play, so that's pretty much one of the best. That's pretty much the to dumb it down to the dumbest caliber. It's just it's pay and play. So we pay to play what we love, and yeah, like you said, it's a luxury item, and we just we enjoy the luxury that we got. Okay, do you think about the theory that Labene is from the same tribe as Zinnia? I've actually never heard about that theory, but it sounds. You know what? Now that I actually think about it, that actually would make sense. The way like her stances, she's dragon type trainer, her looks, it kind of would make sense. Maybe birds of a feather.
Yeah, I mean, there's concept, there's potential influence there. It might not necessarily be, like a direct relation. As you point out in the chat, they're both species of sunflower. I don't think anything Pokemon does is unintentional. I think it's Pokemon are a little bit like Taylor Swift in the sense that she does everything with purpose, and Pokemon are the same.
Yeah, I know. Like
They
I
do
actually,
everything with purpose.
yeah, I know. Like I actually posted something to Twitter earlier, yesterday. There's this random side quest you do, in the post in Mega Dimensions where you have to name a street, and it doesn't come as any surprise that the three NPCs are dressed in blue, red, and green, and they're having you select a street name. It's an homage to the original Red, Blue, and Green games because Red and Blue were the national releases for most countries, but Red and Green were the titles for Japan. So it makes sense that they pay homage to the game by integrating these three NPCs to dress in the three main colors of the three first games.
Yeah. No, it's I actually I wouldn't write it off, Cypher, but I wouldn't commit to it until they say something. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I wish we could talk more about the DLC, but I'm not even halfway done with it yet. So I still got a long ways to go. I don't know what's coming up next. I know some things about it, but I don't know about the storyline. So it's like yeah.
Oh, okay.
No
spoilers then.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I was sitting on it because of my PC repairs. So I finally got to play it yesterday, and man, I just love it so far. I think the donuts are annoying, but heck, it's still a fun game, and money well spent.
Very, very much so. Very much so. I'd encourage everybody to buy it.
Okay. So the last topic of discussion is any future plans or goals that you wish to achieve. So if there's any if there are any plans for not just you as a streamer but also ShinyDex in general you want to list off for the upcoming year, you can feel free to do so. But if you just want to post about streamer goals or community events you want to talk about in the upcoming year, that's perfectly fine too. So what's in store for ShinyDex?
So I'll do both because I only think it's fair. Like obviously I'm on here not only to just represent the stream but also to represent the website. So I think it's only fair that I give you a couple of little takeaways from that too. Maybe exclusives. I can't remember if I've told some of these to people. But in terms of streamer goals, I'm gonna be actively trying to get partner on Twitch, just as like, or at least the ability to apply. I know that's a big hefty goal, but I genuinely think that the content I produce, people seem to enjoy it enough to be able to push for that. So that is the goal there. I aim to do that. I'm going to continue stick to my 3-day-a-week schedule. I think it works really well. People enjoy it. It gives me a lot of time to be able to do other things. So I would like to miss no more than 4 days unplanned next year whilst I'm streaming. So when I say unplanned, it's like I'm going to the US over New Year's. I'm probably not going to stream during that time. If I do, bonus. When I go to Rotterdam or EUIC, there's a couple days that'll be planned misses, but like I hope, barring illnesses or anything, 4 days where I'm just like, I don't want to do it today, a mental health day or something like that. So that is the main goal is try to get partner and try to keep up my schedule and enjoy that side of stuff. Also I want to meet more people. I want to meet more of you amazing people in the community. I think that's really important for me. Now that's the streamer stuff out of the way, let's get down to the real reason people are watching now. The ShinyDex in 2026 is going to be massive. ShinyDex in 2026 is going to be huge. We currently have 25,000 users on the website registered. We're going to make that 30 next year. That is the plan. That is the goal. I would like to hit the 30k mark. I would like to hit the 1 million tracked Pokemon mark, which, touch wood, I don't think we're going to have an issue with. We've been testing, I've been testing a lot of things in events that I want to bring to main dexes. So like, you have event progress in terms of being able to have a checklist of Pokemon to tick off. That's going to be coming to collections on ShinyDex. So you'll be able to set up your own living dex collection and be able to track your progress of your own sort of stuff there. We're going to have things like a What Should I Hunt Next, which will integrate with the game library that we're making. So you can add what games you have in a library, and then you can have the What We Hunt Next randomized from the games that we've got. You can tick a bunch of parameters to say whether it's going to be something you've already got, something you've not already got. You can specify a certain method, all that sort of good stuff. We're going to expand all the filters to be able to get you guys to be able to filter by region, by deck specifically, kind of thing. I'm working on a side project at the moment because I have a lot of these little sitting cutie things. And I'm sick of not being able to figure out what the fuck I've actually got on the shelves behind me when I'm on the Pokemon Center. So I'm actually making a website at the moment in my spare time, very little of it, but my spare time, that lets you track these. And it is a subsidiary of ShinyDex in terms of it'll be completely free to use, that you guys will be able to track on there and share your wish lists with people and things like that. Thanks to the Christmas holidays for that sort of stuff, because people keep asking me what I want, and I'm like, I sit in cutie, and they go, which one? And I go, oh fuck. That way I can just give them my wish list. So that'll be cool. We're going to be bringing more events. There's 3 more skirmish events planned for next year, which will be a lot of fun. Skirmish is what we ran. It's a weekend event where the ambassadors are split into 2 teams, and the viewers can help out on the teams that they want to see win. I'm not going to tell anybody what the themes are, but the logos I announced in my Discord, and I put them on X as well. I think I put them on Blue Sky too. But yeah, go check that out if you want. And there's just a bunch of stuff. We're gonna have like video uploads coming to ShinyDex. Like you can upload directly to the videos to the site instead of having to go through a YouTube video or a Twitch clip. We're gonna be having a bunch more integration features with social media stuff, so being able to post summary images. In case you haven't done your 2025 recap, go and check it out, shinydex.com/recap. There's going to be a brand new recap next year with even more stats tracked and things like that. The goal is to make it so that the entire user interface flow is great. I'm going to be bringing bingo. You know, people do shiny hunting bingo. I'm going to be bringing a bingo tool to ShinyDex in 2027. I will be developing that in 2026. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. You should see the list. It is endless, basically. Oh, biggest one actually, I think, an auto counter. 2026, I'm going to be integrating an auto counter into the desktop app. So instead of having to have a secondary or tertiary program to use, you'll be able to just use the integrated auto counter. But yeah.
I've always had the biggest trouble using auto counters, so if you can figure out a way for it to work and I can use it easily, my proverbial hat off to you, sir.
It's all about user experience, Spence. My goal is to make everything as easy as possible. I use some of my ambassadors as my guinea pigs because I know that they're... No, I'm joking. I like to try and make it as simple as for everybody in the world to use as possible. So don't worry, it'll be tested thoroughly. What about you? You got any goals for next year?
My goal for next year is traveling. So I do, like I said earlier, I am planning on going to NAIC 2026. And I am going to do my damnedest to attend Worlds 2026 because this coming Worlds is going to be the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So this is going to be probably the biggest Worlds in the history of Pokemon, and I want to be there. So I'm going to do my damnedest to be there. And if I can't find the funds for it, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start a donathon for helping me out with my travel expenses, where I'm going to do things like, probably Pie to the Face, the Toe of Satan challenge, which is a very spicy sucker. Maybe, I don't know, another ball wasabi challenge. Probably one of the penultimate things would probably be no Pokemon week. I would don't stream Pokemon for an entire week. But various other things I would have to list to do. Or should I say... I would say this: if I do this and I get to the goal I want, the penultimate goal, an Alolan Persian only run in Pokemon Moon.
That's 2 things that are shit: Pokemon Moon and Alolan Persian. Damn.
Well, in Ultra Moon, I think it would be impossible, so I figured I'd do the lesser of the 2 games.
Sure.
But yeah,
that sounds exciting.
But in terms of creator goals, I want to once again continue on with my podcast series and interview as many people as I can. Like I said, this is only my 50th episode. If I make it another year, I'll be on episode number 70. So almost getting closer and closer to the 100 mark. But let's see. I am going to do my final Dark Lock until the Gen 10 game is introduced. Then it would be the final Dark Lock. If Gen 10 is introduced in next year, then it won't be the final Dark Lock. But I'm going to be doing my Soul Silver Dark Lock sometime next year. I don't know when, but I will do it next year. I want to do another Soul Link next year. I may have a partner lined up. I just need to see if she and I's schedules can correlate to that, and just get more shinies. That's pretty much all I got planned. I mean, I'm a casual shiny hunter by trade, but I'm also a Nuzlocker, so I want to try and integrate both as equally as I can. But if I want to put like what's I don't know, bucket list goal out there, do a video with M&J TV or PM7 or just somewhere in that ballpark. Like, those guys are my big inspiration, so I would love to do a video with one of them, whether it's PM7 doing another world record attempt or just do something related to an M&J TV video. Just like, I would really love to be featured in something like that. So I mean, I'm all about trying to be a structure in the Pokemon community and just try to help build other creators, and also just trying to be the best person I possibly can be for not only myself but for my community as well. So I just want people to think of me and say, hey, that's a cool guy,
You are a cool guy. You are a cool guy. It'll get there. I'm manifesting good things for you, Spence.
Hey.
2026 is your year, my dude.
I appreciate it, my dude. I appreciate it. All right. There's one last thing we need to discuss. You're the guest.
Okay.
Who do you want to raid?
Oh, wow. Okay. Hit me with the raid target. Okay. Let me see who we've got cooking.
Doesn't matter who they are or what they're streaming. We can raid whoever you want.
Let us go and raid a very good friend of mine that I actually met in person. For the oh, actually no, she's doing something that no. Okay. No, let us go and raid. No, okay, yeah, we are gonna go and raid my friend of mine. Yeah, she's fine. She's changed what she's doing. She's doing non spoiler DLC stuff for Naughty and Nice. Her name is Nomi. I met her in person. She's a wonderfully pleasant, exciting. I've DM'd you her name.
I already know her.
Exciting and lovely individual. My heart is filled with joy when we have conversations, and we have spent many nights up in VC doing shiny hunts and crashing out over Bagons or Soul Rocks and things like that. So yeah, she's absolutely lovely, and she deserves a little bit of extra love. Can I just say, Spence, before we disappear?
Sure.
Thank you so much for having me on. It has been a pleasure. It has been incredible, and I've loved talking to every single one of you guys.
Oh, absolutely no problem. Absolutely no problem, man. Like I said, it was my honor entirely to have you on the show, man, and it also helped me wrap up season 5 and being the 50th episode of pokeNERDS Inc. So just thank you for being an awesome guest, and also for being just a genuine nerd who could spare me a few hours of their time. Just thank you so much for that.
No, you're absolutely fine, my dude. I genuinely wish you the best of luck on the next 50 episodes. And yeah, you crushed it. So well done.
Yeah, and I wish you all the best for ShinyDex, and just like I said, continue being the greatest shiny tracking app in the history of shiny tracking apps. So, like I said, I'm not saying a biased opinion, man, because I'm a user of the app. I'm saying it as a fact. It is the best. So,
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. It means a lot to me when you guys use the app. So yeah, use it. ShinyDex.com. It's free to use.
Yep. or if you want to be a pro member, you can buy it for what, $3 a month for pro usage.
Yeah, I think it's $3.99, or during the month of December. Right now, you can get 15% off with December 15 at checkout. My biggest piece of advice: buy tier 1 for a year. Use the discount. It's super cheap. It's like $25 after that.
Yeah.
For the year.
Okay, so members of chat, if you are subbed to my channel, Dark Master Spence, you can use this raid command. If you're not subbed to my channel, you can use this raid command, the one with the Pikachus.
Nice. That's cute.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and formally start this raid. So you have a normal outro you say at the end of streams, don't you? About what you say to your community on your way out.
I do, yeah. You want me to hit them with that?
Sure.
Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate every single one of you. Remember, wherever you are in the world, look after yourselves, look after one another, but most importantly, happy hunting.
One last question for you, Ben. Are you streaming today?
Oh, I believe I am streaming with Meg on a collaboration at 1 a.m. my time, 8 p.m. Eastern.
You are a glutton for punishment on time zones, my man. But anyway, as I would like to say, I want to thank y'all again for choosing the back alley as a place to hang out today. Stay safe, stay strong. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, you nerds. But in honor of the True Turbo, for the 50th time, I like to remind you guys to stay safe, stay rockin', stay true to yourself. I will see you guys next month for the next season of pokeNERDS Inc. But from all of us nerds here, we like to say, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.